Or is that about the right thing to have happened? We'll discuss that as well during the show this afternoon. It is Wisconsin's Afternoon News up next.
Hey, former radio wake-up guy Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. If that recent cold snap made you think that now is the time to replace those drafty old windows, then now is a good time to call Hometown Windows and Doors. Save heating costs now, cooling dollars down the road with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from Hometown. Hometown offers the brands you trust like Anderson, Pella, Marvin, Softlight, and more in wood, vinyl, and fiberglass. And all of their products are installed by employee carpenters. Plus, Hometown is the area's only Pella Platinum and Marvin authorized replacement company. Hometown's dedicated consultants can guide you to the best fit and value for your home and your remodeling dollar. Stop in at their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin and see the Hometown difference for yourself. Or call them for a no-pressure in-home consultation, 414-329-1200, or visit them at hometownwindows.com. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need.
Heard it work? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to taybackattorneys.com.
We're going to make the curse of the Bambino come back to haunt you.
Bounced into the hole at second base, fielded by Terrain and shallow right. Spins and throws to first. Oh, what a dandy of a play by the Brewers' second baseman.
The Brewers are back at home to take on the Red Sox with coverage starting tonight at 6 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 3 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News for Friday, April 21st. Your top story, a body cam lawsuit.
I'm Amy Taylor, keeping Americans safe in Sudan.
I'm Greg Matzik at American Family Field, where the Brewers welcome in the Bo Sox.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, seeing a few delays out there, starting things off right out of the Marquette interchange through the stadium. Starts to let up just past Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side is pockets heavy traffic right around 68th Street, and then again in pockets, like I said, through the stadium. Southbound on 41, you're hitting the brakes there from about Good Hope Road all the way down to about Burleigh, and then back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange down past Lincoln, where that construction zone is. And while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 degrees. And tomorrow, wintry mix is possible, early, a high of 49 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Milwaukee Police Department now has new guidelines to follow when it comes to how quickly it releases body cam footage from critical incidents. The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission Thursday night voting unanimously to implement rules that mandate the person's family be shown the footage within 48 hours and the public see the video within 15 days. MPD has been working under a policy to release the footage within 45 days.
The Milwaukee Police Association is now responding to the Fire and Police Commission's decision with a lawsuit.
According to a press release from the MPA, the FPC overstepped its authority as an oversight board by implementing this new policy. MPA President Andrew Wagner.
It's not workable to mandate timeframes on investigations that are completely different from each other.
Now the MPA will look for the Milwaukee County Circuit Court to approve the injunction and move forward from there.
We're obviously hoping that the judge grants that injunction, and then the Fire and Police Commission and us and the city can sit down and discuss this SOP further to make sure that everybody's rights are protected.
Finn Askin, WTMJ News.
Criminal charges have now been filed against a Milwaukee County correctional officer after the death of an inmate earlier this year.
32-year-old Lakeisha Kauser is being charged with one count of misconduct in public office in connection to the in-custody death of Octaviano Juarez Coro. He was found unresponsive in his jail cell back in January. Records show that Kauser was employed as a correctional officer at the jail for 4 years until she was relieved of her duty with pay pending the outcome of this ongoing criminal case. Juarez Coro was in jail after he shot 5 people, killed 2 of them at Milwaukee's South Shore Park back in 2006. If Kauser is found guilty, she could be sentenced to up to 3.5 years in prison. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
With the newly announced 72-hour tentative ceasefire now in place for both the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Rapid Support Forces in Sudan, officials say it will continue throughout the weekend. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre confirms today, that for now, U.S. evacuation efforts are not on the agenda, but says they are doing everything in their power to keep U.S. government personnel safe in the interim.
New statistics show how the number of COVID-19 deaths continues to decline.
1,160 people died last week from COVID, and that's the lowest total in a week since 169 died in a week in March of 2020, the beginning of the pandemic. The XBB 1.16 subvariant now accounts for about 10% of cases, but does not appear to be any more severe than other variants. There's no movement on the number of people who've gotten an updated bivalent booster. That's the same figure as last week, 55.4 million people, or 17% of the U.S. population. Brian Clark, ABC News.
The longest homestand of the year begins tonight for the Brewers. Greg has details from the ballpark coming up next.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 3:04.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
Rain, rain, go away, come again some other day. Actually, crazy storms and high winds go away and stay away. When you spring up out of nowhere, humidity goes up, power lines go down, and plumbing goes sideways. Mr. Holland's Home Services can make the rain pain go away with our trusty team of proficient plumbers, effective electricians, and HVAC MVPs. It's true that April showers bring May flowers, but they also bring about pesky power outages, uncomfortable clammy climates, and soggy, sloppy basements and crawl spaces. So if you find yourself in need of a new sump pump or water heater, electrical repairs or a whole house generator, or a fresh new furnace and AC, Mr. Holland's Home Services is always here to help, come rain or shine. 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you're ready to take April by storm, we can help.
If you want to be sure that you're getting financial planning advice you can trust, work with a fiduciary. A fiduciary should be someone who acts as a steward for you. It means they treat your assets as if they were their own, that they protect them as if they were their own, and that they try to grow them as if they were their own. Now you can take this for what it's worth, but I'm doing all I can to run a firm you can trust. That's why we're a fee-only, comprehensive financial planning firm that doesn't work for anyone but our clients and focuses only on their best interest. By being a steward, being a fiduciary to help our clients reach their financial goals. I'm Jim Cantrell, and I believe we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to FinancialStrategiesInc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
And we moved the desk out to American Family Field, where the Brewers take the field tonight against the Boston Red Sox. Milwaukee 14-5 on the season, tied with the Braves for the best mark in the National League. 9-game homestand begins tonight. Meanwhile, Brewers starter Corbin Burnes left his last start early due to a pectoral muscle strain. Burnes appeared on the Foul Territory TV show yesterday and offered this as an update.
Everything's good. Played catch yesterday and everything felt good. We got an off day today, so just hanging out, and then bullpen tomorrow will be kind of the final test to make sure we don't feel anything. But yeah, playing catch yesterday, throwing the fly ground, everything felt good.
Yeah, we'll see how that bullpen session went. Get an update from Craig Counsell a little later today. Freddie Peralta on the mound tonight, and our coverage gets underway after the 6 o'clock news. Bucks are in the air on their way to Miami, where Game 3 of a playoff series against the Heat will be played tomorrow night. Still not sure if Giannis will play. Bucks scored 138 points without Giannis in Game 2. Most points ever scored in a playoff game by a team playing without its leading scorer. It helped that Drew Holiday had 25.
The silver lining to guys not playing, to guys not being available, is Drew being more aggressive and Drew finding that comfort with getting to his spots, getting to his shots, getting to the basket. And I think it's carried over to when we are healthy, too. He can give us a lot, and it's good that, I think we're trying to tap into it. I think he's gotten to a comfortable place and knows how he can impact the game.
Saturday's game at 6:30 tip. The NBA announces that next week, Wednesday, the Bucks and Heat will tip off in Milwaukee at 8:30 Central Time. Get a nap in during the day. And keep in mind, John, we've got Bucks in 6. It's a 6-minute audio recap of every Bucks playoff game. Check it out online. We do a great job pushing it on social media. Or if you go to WTMJ.com, we've got banner ads. Go to the Bucks in 6 page. It's all up there for you. So a 6-minute audio recap after every playoff game. You get a whole sense for how the thing went, and a fun way to recap a Bucks win, that's for sure.
You're right about that, Greg. That's such a great feature. All right, more from Greg coming up in just a minute. He is at the ballpark all afternoon. It is 3:09 at WTMJ. The 3 at 3 is up next. A couple of words here from my friends at Sit Means Sit Dog Training. So I've got gorgeous dogs, Bella and Baxter. They're really great dogs. They're even better now because, frankly, they just behave better. All right, let's not talk about the dogs so much, but talk about the people you live with. My wife is so much happier because the dogs are better. That's what it's really all about, right? They come when they're supposed to. They sit when they're supposed to. They listen better. They don't jump as much. You know why? Sit Means Sit Dog Training. We worked with them, and they've given us everything we need to have better dogs. It's Sit Means Sit Dog Training. They are the real deal. Start with a free consultation. That's what we did. Multiple locations. The website, sitmeansitwaukesha.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
What keeps you up at night?
My box spring. It supports my mattress, prevents sagging, and gives my bed a little elevation.
You're a literal guy, aren't you?
Well, through Monday at Hasselus Mattress, you can literally get a free box spring with the purchase of a new Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest mattress, or take an equal amount off a new adjustable base.
Great. That's going to keep me up at night.
Open 9 to 9. Find a showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This is Jim Griffin with spectacular spring service specials. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, give it a complete multi-point inspection, check your AC or your heat, even change your wiper blades, all for $129.95. Good at all 5 Griffin dealerships.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, happy Friday. We made it. Amy Taylor is here in for Sandy Max. Greg Matzek is at the ballpark this afternoon, and Debbie Lazaga has your roads. Adam Roberts once again producing the show. Thank God for that.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Oh, man. All right, what are we tracking this afternoon?
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All right, Amy, where do we start?
We start with Southwest Airlines today. They've apologized after video of a man went viral about his frustrations with the baby on the flight.
There was a crying baby on the flight, and listen to this grown adult man and how he responds to that.
That child has been crying for 40 minutes. Lower that, and you can't put your in my face like that. Calm the child down, please. I had headphones on. I was sleeping. Why is the baby yelling? I'm not screaming. You want me to scream? You want me to scream? Please stop the baby.
Who behaves like that? So this flight was on the way to Orlando, and there was bad weather, so the flight was circling and circling and circling. Eventually it had to land. Southwest is apologizing now to everybody else on the flight that had to witness this.
Has man heard babies cry?
What is the matter with this guy?
I don't know. Well, he obviously lost his self.
And then he refused to get off the plane once the plane finally landed.
I mean, it
and
sounds
was,
like he literally had a breakdown, where
Yeah.
it just short-circuited. But
He
I
had
know
something.
that when they cry hard.
Yeah,
So.
they cry. Come on. All right, what's next?
In other news, the U.S. Supreme Court is facing a deadline tonight that could shape abortion access and the future of American health care.
That's right. So on the line is the abortion pill that they have been discussing, mifepristone. It's the most common form of abortion in the United States. And the Supreme Court is on the brink of maybe lifting nationwide availability of it, which means that states would have to decide, similar to what happened with Roe v. Wade. And the Supreme Court says they will reach a decision by midnight tonight. They have been meeting today behind closed doors. I wonder, do they wear their robes even behind closed doors? Ooh, it's
Well,
just the 9 of us, but put your robe on.
I think so. They're
Or
so formal. Way to turn a really serious story into something funny.
You got to have a
Thank
little light,
you for
right?
that. Yeah.
All right, what's the third story?
A way that you can help us raise money. You can help us raise money for an amazing cause. What's this about, John?
All right, so Greg Matzek's going to golf 100 holes in one day for the MAC Fund. That is a lot of golf, and he's raising money. That's the whole reason we do this, to help kids and help childhood cancer. After the break, we're going to talk about something and do something that I thought we'd never do on the show. I never thought I would see this. I've been doing the show for 12 years. Greg Matzek, the potential to see him in a way you never have. I'm going to bring Greg into the conversation after the break.
I was
stick
not
around.
allowed to really hear about what exactly is going on.
You're going to be surprised, too.
This is really amazingly secretive and very closed-door-ish.
So Greg Matzek with us from the ballpark after the break right here on WTMJ.
Tell your friends.
Francis, the Sox are on.
Tell your family.
Frankie, the Sox are on.
The Red Sox are in town.
They're playing the Brewers in Milwaukee.
It's the Brewers and the Sox.
Onto the warning track, he looks up. Bye-bye, baseball.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:35.
Yelich leads it off with a home run. His third of the season, and the Brewers on top 1-0 before you can blink.
We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Hey, John Mercure here from my friends at Town Bank. So I've been at Town Bank for a very long time, much longer than I've been reading these ads. And my kids stay at Town Bank. As a matter of fact, one's in New York and one's in, where is she? She's in Texas. It's Friday, isn't it? And they continue to use Town Bank because they have the best customer service. It's that easy, right? A lot of banking now is done online. You pay your bills online. There's the mobile app, all of that stuff. And Town Bank has the most robust customer service online, best technology in the business. I'm telling you what, if you're looking for a checking account, Total Access Checking is what I have. You get free ATMs nationwide. I love that. And check this out. You get a $300 bonus just for opening a checking account right now at Town Bank. That's how they're rolling. If you need business checking, wealth management, mortgages, loans, they have got you covered at Town Bank big time. Town Bank, it's Wisconsin's bank, it's my bank. I know I'm biased, but it is the best bank. For more information, visit townbank.us. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So he said to me, boy, oh boy, do you got the boulders. And I said, you betcha. And he said, do you mind if I cherry pick? And I said, feel free. They're all beautiful and they're all granite. Sparkling pinks, blues, and grays from 4 to 36 inches. And they're all priced right because we buy direct from the source nationwide to give you the look you want. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Well, if you need flagstone for your new natural patio, Erickson's is the place to find it. We have the largest selection and 15 styles to choose from. And for decorative stone, Erickson's is your best choice. Our decorative stone is trucked in from all over the country. We buy straight from the quarry and cut out the middleman to keep your prices nice and low. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
The pontoon and deck boat event of the year, April 20th through 23rd at Centerpoint Pewaukee, and you won't believe the deals. Centerpoint Pewaukee, Highway 16 and Capitol Drive. Be there.
Traffic and weather sponsored by Centerpoint. Don't miss the pontoon and deck boat sales event of the year, of the entire year. Debbie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. A little bit of a backup along 94 eastbound in Waukesha County, just east of Brookfield Road. Looks like we got a disabled vehicle off on the right shoulder, and that's starting to cause things to slow down back into the Gerke's Corner. So just be careful if you're heading through there. Back on the brakes, though, from about 68th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's going to be slow out of the Marquette through the Stadium. Southbound on 41, pockets of heavy traffic between Silver Spring and Burleigh, and then from the zoo onto the southbound bypass down past Lincoln Avenue. where they have a new traffic pattern, so folks are trying to get used to that. Southbound on 43, hitting the brakes at Good Hope Road, and they're going to be pretty solid all the way down past Hampton Avenue, and again, right around North Avenue into the Marquette.
Adam, does Dylan have anything posted?
I'm Debbie Lazaga, your WTMJ Johnson and Sons paving time saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, wintry mix, a high of 49. On Sunday, partly sunny, a high of 48. On Monday, a slight chance for a shower, a high of 52. On Tuesday, slight chance for rain, a high of 51 degrees. All right, so Greg Matzek is going to golf 100 holes for the MAC Fund coming up next week. 100 holes. You know why we do this, right? You know why Greg does this? To support the MAC Fund, which does so much to battle childhood cancer, pediatric cancer in our community. So here's where you come in. We need to help Greg out. Greg is raising money to fight cancer with the MAC Fund. Here's an easy way to do it. To make a donation or to just get more information, you can text the word golf, GOLF, to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. So start that way. You can text the word golf. Greg, how you feeling about this? This is a lot of golf.
It is a lot of golf. It's a fun day.
It's all in
if
one
it
day?
cooperates, it's going to make it a lot more fun. Yes. So, and I've made this ask, and our listeners and fans have always come through traditionally. But I feel like I need to take it to another level. If I'm asking our fans to help out, chip in, support, I feel like I need to do something for them. I feel like I have to have a little skin in the game as well. Playing 100 holes of golf is a fun way to spend a day, and I'm a golf sicko, so it's really a lot of fun. I would bet, John, that there are 4 people in the building that have seen me with a full head of hair.
Do these people go back to the beginning of your career?
So I'm thinking Jeff Wagner, 2 of our engineers, Scott Pfeiffer and John Tyler, maybe Vetrano, but that's about it. That's about it. So this goes back. I was hired in 2001, and in 2004 I decided, you know what, forget about this hair thing. Let's get rid of it. I have never attempted to grow my hair back, and I'm not sure if Mother Nature would allow much for it, but we're going to see.
What are we going to do?
So if we can get to $7,500 raised, the event is next week Thursday, and I'm already at $4,350. If we can get to $7,500, I will take a month and grow my hair back as much as possible. I can already tell you it won't be pretty, but I will do it.
You're going to grow your hair out.
You have never seen me with hair, John.
No, I haven't, but I have an idea what it might look like.
What's your speculation? I want to just
go to WTMJ.com. And
oh, God, I just saw this. What is this?
We have created all the options for Greg Matzek.
Oh, number 6 is good. I love
Oh, my
number
gosh.
3, blondes have more fun.
Matzek with hair. So
what's with the Princess Leia buns?
I love that. So this is the important part.
Manager.
We need your help. We need you to make a donation. If we get to $7,500, Greg is going to grow his hair out. None of us know what this is going to look like. If we get to $7,500, yeah. All right. So Greg, people can text the word golf, GOLF, and that takes them to a place where they can make a donation. Is that the easiest way?
So you'll get my landing page, right? It's a safe and secure donation site right through the MAC Fund.
I'm trying it right now.
We have $4,350 raised. It'll say a number a little bit less than that, but a donation was made to the general page, which counts for my page. So if we can get that up to $7,500 by the event next week Thursday, I will commit to letting my hair grow out for a full month. And I know I'm able to grow hair. I just don't know where it's going to come. So if you want to see this, and we'll do a daily post, we'll do a daily picture. We're now streaming the program on our YouTube page and through WTMJ.com and the app. So you will get to go along on the journey with me and my wife, who has also never seen me with hair.
What?
Ever.
Really?
Greg, can you talk a little bit about your hair history? Like what?
Oh, goodness.
Why did you decide? Did you shave it off, or what was the story there?
Well, here's the story, Amy. As a 24-year-old single male living in downtown Milwaukee, I felt like things were starting to thin in places I didn't want them to thin. And I thought, well, I'd like to get ahead of this if I possibly can. So I decided to take it all off myself. And it looked like I was wearing a swim cap for about 3 months because I did it in the middle of summer. And it wasn't until the next cycle I was able to get some sun on my head. So it took a little bit. There was a ramp-up period. And I never went back. I said, no, this will work. My head is a reasonable enough shape where it doesn't look like I've been dented as a child.
You have good.
My brother was never able
head.
to hit me with a baseball bat. So I stuck with it. And I'll usually go about 2 days, and then I'll take a blade and, a nice razor and take off whatever has grown. So I know it'll grow. I just don't know how full it will grow. But I'll go along for the ride.
What color is it?
Very dark brown.
Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to get this number up there. We got to get to $7,500. $7,500, and Greg's going to grow his hair in, which is going to be shocking for all of us. Help us.
I just got to ask you, what's the number I text to? Like I'm texting
855
okay,
616 1620. Good question.
Thank
So
you.
text the word golf to 855 616 1620, and you can make a donation. I'd also like to ask one more thing. We have a lot of big corporate people that listen to the show. If your company would be willing to help us get to this number so that we can watch Greg grow his hair in, as ugly as that might be, would you send us a text or would you send me an email? If you would be willing to match the donations to help us get to that number faster, would you be willing to do that? It's for the MAC Fund. It's money raised for the MAC Fund, helping kids with pediatric cancer. My email is john.mercure@WTMJ.com. Can you help us get there? Can you step up on this Friday? Maybe offer through your company to match some of these donations. It goes to a really, really good cause. And if you want to see Greg, the options for what he looks like with hair,
that is hilarious. Oh, my gosh. Really I will share that with the masses, but WTMJ.com, our digital department has had a little fun with me today, apparently. So, yeah.
I would
I
say
don't know if I'll be able to do
they took advantage of you, Greg.
I actually like number one in this whole thing. You'll have to see
I think it's
I don't
cute.
know if I can
like
pull that off.
That's the faux hawk. The faux hawk.
Yeah, something like that.
I like number 4, the may I speak to your manager haircut.
It does look like a Karen.
If you do go to WTMJ.com, you click on that story. You can also click on the click here to learn more, and that'll take you right to my landing page. So we've got multiple ways to find it, and we already have a couple $100 coming in, which is great. So I do appreciate everybody for hopping aboard this ride. But I feel like I want to have a little skin in the game too. So if you have any desire to see me with hair, and I don't know what my wife is feeling about all this, I did not clear it with her ahead of time. But we'll see. We'll go on the journey together, and this will be my quest. But we got to hit our total here, 7,500. Yep. That's the goal, and we'll give it a shot.
So please help us. Text the word golf to 855-616-1620. If you can help us with a match or want to make a really sizable donation, send me an email, would you? John.Mercure, that's MERCURE @WTMJ.com. Text line's starting to light up. Would you be part of our effort to help fight pediatric cancer? 855-616-1620. All right, it is 3:26 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update on this Friday. It was a mixed bag today. The S&P 500 was up 3 points to close at 4133. The Dow was off 22 points to close at 33,808. The NASDAQ today was up 13 points to close at 1272. Stocks end the week a little bit lower as busy earnings week wraps up. More big business news will come your way next week. It's time to calibrate your plan. Get on track with investment and retirement planning. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Like it or not, you are a media-consuming machine, chased all day by headlines, texts, emails, on the TV, the computer, the phone, even your smartwatch. News about market volatility and uncertainty could lead to anxiety and planning paralysis. No surprise, Americans report increased stress about their investment and retirement plans. This isn't a time to be frozen in place. Take action. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side. Build a plan that will help cut through the noise. We'll provide comprehensive investment and retirement guidance that includes tax and estate planning. Let Annex do a deep dive on your portfolio. Offer unbiased advice with Wealth Metric and work to create a solid plan for you and your family. Turn down the media roar. Dial up the planning. Head to AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button. It only takes a couple of minutes, in person or online. It's time to take action and know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management. AnnexWealth.com.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for her just in time for Mother's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off beauty essentials. Or shop specials she'll love while supplies last. Plus, Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift card services and fees at Macy's. Sign up today at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Dr. Rick here. Another sign you're becoming your parents is getting particular about details that don't matter.
The craziest thing happened when we got tacos the other day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we got tacos? I know it wasn't Tuesday because that's when I went to my hairdresser. Shoot, what day was it?
See how we all lost interest there?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Visit GetRoto.net for all your sewer and drain cleanup needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. More answers from Cardinal Stritch.
I'm Amy Taylor. Snow again? Sorry.
I'm Greg Matzik at the ballpark, where it's time to welcome the crew back.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, eastbound 94. We have a crash just east of Springdale Road, and then that's blocking the left lane. And then another issue just east of Brookfield Road. Looks like it's broken down vehicle on the right shoulder, so that's going to be tying things up as well. We've also got southbound 43 slowing way down, basically almost to Brown Deer Road, all because of an incident that happens off on the left shoulder south of Silver Spring itself. But we got backups coming in from about Brown Deer Road all the way to that point. As a matter of fact, it's a 25-minute ride to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown, so it'll be a 14-minute backup. East and westbound 94, your usual suspects slowing down through the Stadium interchange out of the Marquette for the westbound side, out of the 68th Street area for the eastbound side. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years. Tonight, let's start with that. Going to be breezy with a low of 38 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be a wintry mix in the morning with a high of 49 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the seemingly abrupt closure of Cardinal Stritch may not have come as such a surprise after all.
As of January, the Catholic University was projected to finish the year with a $6 million deficit. University President John Schultz telling our news partners at the Milwaukee Business Journal that the school did explore a possible merger with another university. However, it ultimately fell through. He called the deficit then too much to overcome, and the school made the decision to wind down operations this spring. In addition to budgetary issues, the school also noted a decline in enrollment of about 17% this past year when compared to a year prior. Cardinal Stritch has an enrollment of about 1,100 students. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
It may be spring, but the snow does not care. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Marissa Lawson times out the snow hitting Wisconsin tomorrow.
Some snow and some rain showers, and those will be here by the time we get into tomorrow. As we get into tonight, maybe some sprinkles, and then temperatures will drop, bottoming out as we get into early tomorrow morning. And then mainly once we get closer to about 10 o'clock or so, that's where we start to see some showers pick up. We'll have a mix of some light snow, some rain, maybe some sleet as well. Minimal accumulation, though, with these snow showers.
City stakeholders in Milwaukee say they're optimistic next year's Republican National Convention will have the economic and public relations impact many predict. An estimated 60,000 people are expected in Milwaukee for his next August nominating convention. Milwaukee Urban League president and Visit Milwaukee board chairman Dr. Eve Hall tells WTMJ.
As we have attendees, you know, they have families. So if they have great experiences, that means they may come back with their families. They may belong to other organizations and companies and be able to recommend our city, because really we still are somewhat of a best kept secret, although I think the secret is out much more.
Hall sees the RNC as an opportunity to make up for the 2020 DNC, which was largely scaled back due to the COVID pandemic.
The Milwaukee Film Festival is officially underway, and the genre queer programming is looking to broaden some horizons.
Jack Faria, the programmer for films for and by queer folks, tells WTMJ,
if you don't feel that you belong to the LGBTQ plus communities yet, there's something still really great about all these films.
Faria says learning about the LGBTQ plus community can help you understand new perspectives and cultures while also enjoying some good cinema.
The films, I think, will leave everyone with a feeling of, we've come so far, there is so much work to do, let's do it.
Finn Askin, WTMJ News.
Wheels up for the Bucks. Greg has the latest on the team as they travel to Miami. That's up next in sports.
Starting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 3:34.
Life's more rewarding at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, especially during our great outdoor event. Right now, get unbeatable deals on a variety of outdoor essentials, like 36-pound bags of estate lawn or garden fertilizer, just $24.99. Robic septic tank treatment, $5.99 a quart. 22-ounce S-Twing framing hammers, $19.99. $50 off a Hobart Handler 140 MIG welder, and 24 packs of Blaine's brand AA or AAA batteries, just $7.99. Shop our new Blaine's Farm and Fleet store in Grafton, located at 1771 Wisconsin Avenue.
Old National Bank is asking everyone to get old. But first, people have questions.
Will it take me years to get old?
No, getting old can literally happen in minutes.
Is getting old like a complicated process?
Not at all. Just stop into one of our banking centers or visit our website. We even have an app for that.
Will I look any different after I get old?
You may look happier and more relaxed with a banking partner like us.
Definitely want to get old.
Introducing Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National Bank. Get old. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Breakthroughs aren't just for medical journals. They're to help people hold their grandbabies for the first time. Expertise isn't just for awards or recognition. It can be what gives people the best chance to walk again. At the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, people are the driving force behind everything we do. So we never lose sight of what's important. And we never forget who it's for. Because in the end, we're people helping people. That means every breakthrough, every clinical study, every interaction is to help people like you, your family, and your neighbors be the best they can be. We do everything humanly possible because we see everything humanly possible in you. To find out how compassion motivates world-class care, visit Froedtert.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Field, where the longest homestand of the season begins tonight for the Brewers, taking on the Red Sox. It's game one of a 3-game series, part of a 9-game homestand. Milwaukee 14-5 on the season, tied with the Braves for the best mark in the National League.
It's been a lot of fun, and obviously feeling the energy, you know, whether it's in the clubhouse or in the suite with our staff during the game. You know, everybody's come together, and it's been great so far.
It's Brewers GM Matt Arnold. Brewers going with the City Connect powder blue uniforms tonight, taking on the Red Sox. Corbin Burns exited his last start due to a pectoral muscle strain through a bullpen session earlier today. We'll get an update from Craig Counsell coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Coverage gets underway after the 6 o'clock news. NFL Draft right around the corner, less than a week away. The Packers have 10 selections. Tight end is not only a position of need for the Packers, but it's a position of depth in the draft, according to ESPN's Mel Kiper.
I think this is the best position in the draft, that and corner. I think you can get a tight end that can help you into the 5th, 6th round area. That would be like Davis Allen from Clemson, Cameron Latou from Alabama, 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, then Strange 2nd or 3rd round, then a host of 3rd through 7th rounders that can play. I have 16 tight ends with make it grades right now.
We'll have draft night programming beginning at 6 o'clock next week, Thursday. And it's a road trip for the Bucs. They are in the air on the way to Miami. Game 3 tomorrow. You can hear it on WTMJ with coverage beginning at 6 o'clock. Don't forget Bucs in 6, a 6-minute audio recap of every playoff game that you can access via the WTMJ mobile app or WTMJ.com. Unclear if Giannis is going to play, John. He obviously traveled with the team. We'll find out a little bit more from Mike Budenholzer later today. And just quick update here. We've had several people text the word golf. The text line is blowing up here, which is great. Some donations coming in. We are trying to get to $7,500 raised, and I will grow my hair back, all in support of the MAC Fund. I will grow my hair back. You heard that right. We are at, $4,800 right now, so a few $100 coming in since we made our announcement. Check out WTMJ.com for more info.
That's right. Text the word golf to 855-616-1620. John Mercure here with a couple of words for Griffin Hub in Milwaukee. Over 140 new vehicles in stock, ready to deliver right now. You hear dealerships say, we don't have inventory, we don't have cars. At Griffin, they do. Great selection right now of new and pre-owned Dodge Chargers and Challengers just in time for spring and summer. And your vehicle is worth more right now. Let Griffin Hub buy your vehicle outright. No need to buy anything from them. Just ask about their hassle-free appraisal process for your car, truck, or SUV. You can have a check for your vehicle in under an hour. Stop into Griffin Hub today. They've got the best service, the best selection. Speaking of service, right now Griffin's offering a spring service special. Griffin will inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and the air filter, complete multi-point inspection, check your AC, your heat, and change your wiper blades for $129.95. And if you are a first responder, they love to honor those who are first responders or veterans in our community. Show your badge or ID card, get 15% off on any of your next service. I'll tell you what, Jim Griffin is the real deal. Griffin's Hub, check it out. It is Griffin.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
I am super excited that a Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, the first one of the year, lifts off tomorrow morning bright and early. Karen Relke is the president of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight, and she is with us in the studio. Hey, Karen, first off, thank you. You and your husband, Dave, just made a $200 donation to help Greg, so thank you for that.
We'd really like to see Greg with hair.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm mystified by what that's going to be like, and if it's going to be like little sprouts, or is it going to come in furiously?
Oh, we all want to know.
Right?
And we're only going to find out if people donate, so let's go. Text the word golf
Donate.
to 855-616-1620. All right, that honor flight tomorrow. I'm so excited. The April flight is always magical. We get going again. And Karen, we're taking some older veterans again, and this is so encouraging. Tell us kind of about the demographic on tomorrow's flight.
We're really excited. It's our 67th flight, so
Wow.
Mission 67. And we have 5 World War II vets flying with us tomorrow, one of whom is 100 years old. He's a Battle of the Bulge vet from Kenosha, and we're thrilled that he and 4 other World War II vets are going to join us, as well as 34 Korean War vets.
Because they're in their 80s, too,
They
right?
90s in most cases.
Low 90s for
Yes.
Korea. Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. And then a bunch of Vietnam vets, right?
Correct, 117. So it's really going to be a great day. Vets from all branches, kind of all 3 conflicts. They're going to really have a great time bonding together, too, I think.
So what is the day like? It starts early in the morning. Can you explain to people? Many people have seen the homecoming at the end of the day, which is fantastic, and you can come out and take part of that tomorrow evening. But the day with the veterans in Washington, how does that day unfold?
It's really a special day. We try to build surprises in all the way along that I'm not going to reveal all of those. I'd like to leave a little magic for when our veterans fly with us. But we meet early in the morning at Mitchell Airport, 5 or 6 a.m., depending on which plane they're assigned to. We fly out to Dulles Airport in the D.C. area and then spend really the morning and most of the afternoon touring the memorials in D.C. Using a coach bus, get from place to place. We try to see as many of the important memorials as we can, particularly the changing of the guard at Arlington National Cemetery, as well as the National Mall. And then we head back to the airport and are back in Milwaukee later in the evening.
I wonder if health is still an issue for a lot of these people to be able to get on the flight in the first place.
Well, we're fortunate to have a great medical team that flies with us every time. So most medical needs can be accommodated, including a lack of mobility. Our medical team is fantastic, and they're great at reassuring our vets that they're going to be well cared for.
Karen Relke is with us, Stars and Stripes Honor Flight. So you mentioned the 67th mission. How many veterans have been flown through the years?
Well, we're really excited this weekend. We're welcoming our 9,000th veteran.
Oh, my gosh.
That we've flown since 2008. So 9,000 local vets have taken their Stars and Stripes honor flight, and Mr. or Ms. 9,000 will find out that they're a landmark vet for us as they check in, and we'll have some special treats for them all day long.
Oh, that is so fun. So, all right, so I mentioned the homecoming at the end of the day. People can come to the airport. They can celebrate our heroes, bring signs, shake hands. What time should people get there? What do they need to know if they want to bring their family and show up at the airport?
Yeah, we'd love that. However, we do ask that the general public, they allow the families of the vets to have the front rows of the parade route. We want our vets to have their families right there. But certainly we'd love to have the community standing behind the families, cheering them on with, as you said, flags and signs. The first plane is going to land back around 8 p.m. and the second around 9:20 or so. So we'd recommend maybe getting there around 7 if you want to see both planes. But again, please allow the families to have the front rows, and it's a no alcohol event.
All right, and if people want to sign up, and we need to get this done, sign your veteran up to go on a flight. Let us celebrate them. Let us treat them like the heroes that they are. What's the easiest way for people to get information on signing themselves up or signing up a family member or getting people on a flight?
Well, we're currently flying World War II, Korean, and Vietnam-era veterans. So any veteran that served active duty beyond boot camp between 1941 and 1975 is eligible. So they can head to starsandstripeshonorflight.org or just Google Stars and Stripes Honor Flight. It'll take you right there, and they can fill out their application.
starsandstripeshonorflight.org. Come visit us at the airport tomorrow and say hello to our heroes when they come back from a day of glory in Washington, D.C. Karen Relke is the president of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight. Thank you so much for what you do for our community, Karen, and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, John, and thanks for what you do for your community, too.
It is 3:44 at WTMJ, the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music. This is a cool thing coming up. It's a world-renowned musician marrying space and STEM education with the magic of music. That's up next on WTMJ.
Stay in touch. You can reach us on the Old National Bank talk and text line at 855-616-1620. Old National Bank. Get old.
Our house needs a lot of work. That roof, siding.
J&J Contractors.
It's not just the outside. The bathroom needs to be completely redone.
J&J Contractors. They do it all with top-of-the-line quality craftsmanship that's all custom or semi-custom. Set up a consultation today at their beautiful showroom in Greendale and find out what makes J&J Contractors different. Check out their reviews. Southeast Wisconsin loves J&J Contractors for their impeccable work and outstanding communication. Just Google J&J Contractors.
Say cheese! Whether you like it with tomato soup or with bacon on sourdough, the cheese stands alone. The 10th Annual Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns on Saturday, April 29th at the Lye Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville, Wisconsin. General admission is free. VIP tickets are $30 and will be available at the door. VIP tickets include a sandwich, drink, soup, and a goodie bag. Visit the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship Facebook page for more information. It's the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship on Saturday, April 29th in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
I want to talk about annuities and variable life insurance policies. And I'm going to come right out and say that I've never been a fan of either. In fact, in over 30 years, I have rarely recommended annuities to clients. And in that same time, I've never recommended a variable life insurance policy. Now, it's always a matter of opinion, and there are two sides to every story. I just want to make sure that you've heard both sides for both options. So if you're looking at those types of products, give us a call, because it's prudent to hear all sides. At the very least, we can give you the pros and cons and help you make a good decision. I'm Jim Cantrell with Financial Strategies, Inc., a fee-only, comprehensive financial planning firm, and I believe we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to financialstrategiesinc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
Traffic begins with Debbie Lazaga. Hey, Deb.
Couple of issues out on the road. 94 eastbound just east of Springdale Road. Got the left lane blocked with a crash there. And then another issue, it's a broken down vehicle east of Brookfield Road on the right. Also in Kenosha, we've got 94 northbound just north of Highway 165. with a crash there with 2 left lanes blocked. So it's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze through there. And then 43 southbound, just south of Silver Spring, we got a broken down vehicle on the left. It looks like it might be behind the barrels at this point, but still seeing some delays there. It's 22 minutes to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. That is an extra 11 minutes. Hey, you could be our eyes on the road. You can report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast tonight: cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 degrees, a little bit warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, wintry mix in the morning, breezy, a high of 49 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny, a high of 48. And on Monday, slight chance for a shower, a high of 52. Tuesday, about the same. Slight chance for a shower, a high of 51 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 39 degrees. We are joined in the studio by a couple of very special guests that we're super excited about. I'm going to tell you all about this. The Wisconsin Conservatory of Music is something really special going on tonight. And we are joined in the studio today by Jason Achilles, musician, and Vinny Maloney. Thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
I'm so glad to have you guys here. All right, Jason, you're kind of a rock star. You're like the real deal.
Sure
You're a big-time musician.
I'll take the paycheck if it comes.
Are you still waiting?
Yeah, every once in a while we get. So actually, Jerry Cantrell just played in town.
That's right.
A couple weeks
that's
ago.
fun.
The last tour a year ago, I was on tour with him, and
I hung out with them.
That was a legit
That's
rock and
cool.
roll gig. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Jason, I'm excited to have you here for what the conservatory is doing. I want to ask you a broader question to start with. You've really kind of found the way to tie cool music with science and with STEM and kind of married them all together. What's the connection? How do you connect the two, and why is it important that we connect the two?
Well, yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I fell in love with space and I fell in love with music, and both of those probably happened before I could speak. Definitely the music part, and so now 1,000 years later, I finally sort of figured out how to. So basically, I approached the short version is back in 2016. I approached NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
How do you do that? Hello?
He cold called.
Hello, NASA Jet Propulsion.
Hello, my name is Jason, and I'd like to work with you guys.
Actually, it was an email, but yeah, that's accurate. Well, to be fair, I actually reached out to a lot of people, but finally the right person responded. I reached the right person at the right time, and there was a need. They decided they wanted to fly a mic. They didn't actually have anybody to dedicate to that, instrument.
To put it on a rocket or shuttle, or
to send it on the Perseverance rover and fly it to Mars.
That's amazing, and you were the guy who helped do that.
So I helped, yeah, and basically,
do you have any skills for that, or did you just say, "Hey, I want to
do
try"?
now.
Well, no, he has. He's a recording engineer. He's a big interest in recording and stuff. And
so in addition to being a musician, you're
he
recording
records
expertise.
people. Yeah.
I mean, I was teasing, but
No,
right.
but I mean that's a valid question. I mean, I'm certainly not a rocket scientist.
You had to learn as you went.
I like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
What did that produce? Like, what did that lead to?
So it eventually, 4 or 5 years later, it landed in February 2021, and we got the first Sounds of Mars.
That's amazing.
That gives me the goosebumps.
Yeah, it was pretty
really
cool.
That's electrifying. What did it sound like?
It's not a whole lot.
Sounds like my husband.
That's
snoring sound.
There's a lot of jokes there, and this is probably not the forum for that.
Is this a cool way to get kids more interested in STEM, more interested in science?
Well, yeah, I think for what I try and do, to answer your question, I use my experience in sound combined with my lack of experience as an engineer or anything else to show kids that, because not every kid's going to raise their hand if you say, hey, who wants to be a rocket scientist or who is one, but most kids are musicians, which is why what this school and, the conservatory does is so important, because you're getting something in the brains of kids at an early age that any kid can do. I mean, anybody can play something, you know, even if it's a wood block.
Triangle.
Yeah, seriously. And you know, and I show them how I was able to take that and turn that into a career in space. And now I have an aerospace company, and we have grants from NASA now for other projects that have developed.
That's cool.
But that was my, if it wasn't for sound as the, you know, the gateway drug to aerospace, I don't know how I would have gotten in. So
Vinny Maloney is also here. He's a Wisconsin Conservatory of Music board member. All right, so you got Jason in here. How cool is this from your perspective when you're trying to reach young people and to have this sort of thing going on?
It's just amazing. So I joined the board of directors of Wisconsin Conservatory about 4 months ago. A good friend of mine, Chris Nolte, was also on the board. And he told me about this organization that's like a sleeping giant in Milwaukee. Like, not a lot of people know about
Well,
it.
you're not
That's
from
not a
here.
Milwaukee
No.
accent. that kind of like snuck out there.
yeah, he's from up north a bit.
A sleeping giant, I see.
A sleeping giant. and you know, he talked about 14,000 kids are touched and taught music every week by Wisconsin Conservatory. Amazing amount of people, and you know, 90% really can't afford music lessons that Wisconsin Conservatory provide by having events like tonight that we're fundraising for. And so I have called all my friends who play anything musical. Some of them are very talented. Some of them play with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, and I will play tonight at our event and then run down and play tonight with the
I heard
MSL.
about this event
Yeah.
before right now.
Vinny and I are
This is
basically
cool.
the least talented of all his
Right.
friends. Yeah,
Right.
It's
For
ridiculous.
sure.
This is super cool. So basically what you're doing is raising money for the tuition assistance program. So some of
Correct.
those kids that you mentioned have an opportunity also to take in what you want every kid to have access to, right?
Right. And, you know, we could talk about this for hours, but I grew up in Ireland, and my 7 brothers and sisters, nobody played a musical instrument. And I just think about all the things in my life just totally changed from, I lived in Paris for a year because I studied oboe in Paris, and then I meet a guy in Boston who's playing tonight. His name is Johnny Mullally, who's our mutual friend who we recorded together, and he brought me to LA, and I managed his rock band right out of college, and then brought in Jason. And you know, music has touched my life in so many different ways that I want to give that to kids in Milwaukee. I want them to experience this amazing journey. You know, we're here also with Sarah Fyrick, who's also a singer-songwriter and sings and
cool.
produces.
Our silent killer over in the corner here.
Our side hustler over here on the right. So
Can people still go to the event tonight? Is it sold out?
It is sold out. I mean, it's crazy.
Good for you guys. I'm happy
that's
for
awesome.
you. That's great.
I mean, if people
exactly.
are
So
listening
give
right
us
now,
the website. How can people get more
listen,
information?
If people are listening and they text me if they know me, which there are probably some people listening. It's a big house. We have 65 chairs for the main music room, and there's over 120 people already signed up, and so
this will be at the conservatory tonight.
No, this is at a
At the school.
This is at Andy Nunemaker's.
Oh, it's
mansion.
at Andy's house.
Yes,
Okay, I'll be right
Does
over.
everybody in town but me know this
Everybody
guy?
knows Andy.
Everybody
Andy
knows
is
Andy.
awesome. Shout out to Andy.
Yeah.
Andy's very generous.
He's
man.
very generous.
So, Amy, we can
Yes.
get in there.
Yeah, we can. No problem.
Yeah.
We got this, John.
All right, so you guys are amazing. Sarah handed you, is that what,
And
the
I can't
website
read it. Sorry.
for more?
WCOR.
Oh, she needs a mic.
WCMmusic.org.
Okay.
WCMmusic.org. You can get more information.
/give.
Oh, that's so nice.
WCMmusic.org/give.
Yep.
There you go.
Give
So check it out.
$33 and a third $35.
Wait,
Amy
I
just wants to listen to you talk.
I
somewhere.
totally do. I want to hear. Both these guys have great voices. I just wanted to know
I'm kind of
what
fascinated.
are you going to? We're so fascinating. Are you going to be playing music tonight? Tell us about what you're doing.
Yes. So it's an incredible lineup, very eclectic. Jason's going to open the show. He's going to play a little Jimi Hendrix, Star Spangled Banner. And then we're going to have Bette Jacobassi playing some bassoon. And then we're going to play a Sting version, Jason.
Which
Johnny.
we've never played together, and the first time we
Okay,
play it
I'm
might
already
be in front of everybody.
Completely taken by this whole experience.
awesome.
Yes, Jason, Johnny. and
Sounds
I,
better than the
Peter.
Brewers. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just in.
call Andy. Get over there. All right, we got to run, but we're so glad you guys are here. Jason Achilles, and we're so glad that you are here also with us this afternoon. Vinny Maloney, you guys are great. Thank you so much for doing this and spending some
Thank you,
time
John.
with us.
Thank you guys for having us.
This is awesome. Thank you.
It is 3:57 at WTMJ.
With inflation affecting so many families, the super affordable Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford is better than ever. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Mine Shaft restaurant. It's been locally family-owned for over 46 years. It's a Fish Fry Friday. The all-you-can-eat codfish fry is just $9.99. Most fish fries at other restaurants, $16 or so, maybe more. At $9.99, this is the best fish fry value anywhere. The Mine Chef desserts are all buy one, get one free. That chocolate cake is the best. Get some ice cream with it. The Saturday prime rib dinner is under $25. The Sunday brunch is all you can eat and only $14.99. And the breakfast, they're huge, $8.99 or less. It's also big value. The super affordable Mine Shaft restaurant right there on beautiful Main Street in downtown Hartford, or in Oshkosh, easy to get to right off the interstate. Both locations, tons of seating, tons of close parking. Reserve your table for the $9.99 fish fry today. MineShafRestaurant.com. Business headlines. Margaret Notchek's at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Lakefront Festival of Art, which is held at the Milwaukee Art Museum's outdoor grounds, will return for the first time since before the COVID-19 pandemic. The festival will run June 16th to the 18th. The Milwaukee Public Museum is currently tracking ahead on its attendance, about 25% higher than its 2023 projections. It is also ahead of its budget, up $760,000 compared to the projection of a loss of $365,000. Following a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing by Pennsylvania-based David's Bridal, about 150 jobs in Wisconsin could be impacted. A mass layoff notice outlined a potential schedule for cutting staff. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Driveway, walkway, parking lot, repairs or complete repaving. This is the quality, family-owned local company you can trust. Johnson & Sons does everything in-house, from designing your project to mixing their own asphalt. They're so proud of the work they do, they put their family name on the company. You'll find plenty of Johnsons. You won't find subcontractors. When you hire Johnson & Sons, you get them every step of the way. It's one-stop shop for projects of any size. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Headlines, texts, emails, the TV, the computer, the phone, even your smartwatch. Seems like it never ends. Market volatility can lead to anxiety and planning paralysis. No surprise Americans report being stressed about their investment and retirement plans. Turn down the media roar. Dial up the planning. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side for investment and retirement guidance that includes tax and estate planning. Head to AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Who's hungry? Mark your calendar for April 22nd through the 30th for Lake Geneva Restaurant Week. This culinary adventure features dozens of the area's finest restaurants with exclusive menus and special pricing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From casual cafes to elegant fine dining, the choices are endless as we celebrate Lake Geneva's amazing dining scene. Check out participating restaurants, menus, and all the tasty details at visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for distinctive dining.
What's better than the look and feel of real leather? The amazing prices at Steinhoffels.
Traffic is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
Retirement during uncertain times can be a scary thought, but you don't have to go it alone. Our fiduciary advisors are here for you. Call 262-522-4040 or visit thekowalway.com.
We're going to make the curse of the Bambino come back to haunt you.
Bounced into the hole at second base, fielded by Terang and shallow right. Spins and throws to first. Oh, what a dandy of a play by the Brewers' second baseman.
The Brewers are back at home to take on the Red Sox with coverage starting tonight at 6 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure, your top story, butting heads on body cams.
I'm Amy Taylor, another correctional officer charged.
I'm Greg Matzik at American Family Field, where a unique homestand is about to begin.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. A couple of problems out there. Eastbound 94, just east of Springdale Road, we got the left lane blocked with a crash, 31 minutes. From Highway 16 to the Zoo interchange, it'll be an extra 20 minutes there. Also on 94 northbound in Kenosha County, just north of Highway 165, we got an accident off on the left. It was in traffic for a little bit, so we are seeing a little bit of a delay with that one as well. And we've got a crash on the Greenfield Avenue on-ramp to 894 northbound, just as you're getting into the Zoo interchange. So give yourself tons of extra time if you're heading through there. Otherwise, southbound 43, kind of a hefty ride there, basically from Brown Deer Road all the way down. It is a 26-minute ride to get from Brown Deer Road into downtown. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy, a high of 60, tonight, partly cloudy, a low, I should say, of 32 degrees. Tomorrow, wintry mix, a high of 49 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Milwaukee Police Department now has new guidelines to follow when it comes to how quickly it releases body cam footage from critical incidents. The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission voting yesterday to implement rules that mandate the person's family be shown the footage within 48 hours and the public see that video within 15 days. MPD had been working under a policy to release footage within 45 days.
The Milwaukee Police Association is now responding to the Fire and Police Commission's decision with a lawsuit.
According to a press release from the MPA, the FPC overstepped its authority as an oversight board by implementing this new policy. MPA President Andrew Wagner.
It's not workable to mandate timeframes on investigations that are completely different from each other.
Now the MPA will look for the Milwaukee County Circuit Court to approve the injunction and move forward from there.
We're obviously hoping that the judge grants that injunction, and then the Fire and Police Commission and us and the city can sit down and discuss this SOP further to make sure that everybody's rights are protected.
Finn Askin, WTMJ News.
Criminal charges have been filed against a Milwaukee County correctional officer after the death of an inmate earlier this year.
32-year-old Lakeisha Kauser is being charged with one count of misconduct in public office in connection to the in-custody death of Octaviano Juarez Coro. He was found unresponsive in his jail cell back in January. Records show that Kauser was employed as a correctional officer at the jail for 4 years until she was relieved of her duty with pay pending the outcome of this ongoing criminal case. Juarez Coro was in jail after he shot 5 people, killed 2 of them at Milwaukee's South Shore Park back in 2006. If Kauser is found guilty, she could be sentenced to up to 3.5 years in prison. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
All tied up and heading south. Greg has the latest on the Bucks next in sports.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 4:05. News is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
The workplace has changed a lot thanks to technology, and more recently, the shift to a flexible or remote schedule. Your business must adapt to maintain a great culture, attracting quality candidates and keeping them. You need Smart Spaces. The team of interior integrators at Smart Spaces brings creativity and expertise, assessing the walls, ceiling, lighting, flooring, furniture, and audiovisual systems to create places that matter in the modern world. Fully functional for those in the building and for others to interact remotely. Get started today at smartspaceswi.com.
All Brewers games are on sale now, including a star-studded battle with the Angels on deck for April 28th through the 30th. Witness some of baseball's biggest names go head-to-head as Corbin Burns and the crew face off against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. Plus, take home a limited edition Brewers hoodie at the game on Saturday the 29th. Get your seats today at brewers.com/promotions.
Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Well, the Central Division leading Brewers take the field tonight against the Red Sox in Game 1 of a 3-game weekend series. Corbin Burns throws a bullpen earlier today and reports no issues. Remember, Burns left his most recent start due to a pectoral strain. 8 different members of the Brewers have at least 1 home run. No player has more than 5, however. Rookies continue to shoulder the load and pepper the lineup, such as Garrett Mitchell.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we talked about that even last year, too, is, when the guys who are in the minor leagues, when are they going to come up and get their chance and their opportunity? And they're making the most of it right now. And I'm glad that they're here. I think it brings a different type of energy.
Mitchell not in the lineup tonight thanks to a shoulder injury. In fact, he's on the 10-day DL for a few more days. Freddie Peralta on the mound. Our coverage gets underway following the 6 o'clock news. Well, before the Bucks exploded for 25 threes in a Game 2 win over the Heat, they peppered the paint, establishing Brook Lopez. I asked our Drew Holiday if the plan called for the inside game to fuel the outside game.
I think that it was something that we focused on, knowing that they're a bit undersized, knowing that anytime maybe one of us touched the paint, they kind of pack the paint and attract a lot of people. So if I got in there, I was looking for Brook. He was diving to the front of the rim. He was posting up on Strus, whoever was guarding him. So it was definitely a point of emphasis.
Game 3 of the series tomorrow night in Miami is 6:30 tip. Unsure if Giannis is going to play. And Bobby Portis finishes 3rd in the 6th Man of the Year voting. And a big shout-out, John, to Nick and Gil and Paula, Kathy, David Relke, who you mentioned, along with his wife Karen, and the Lake House. I got an entire house to donate to my 100 Holes of Golf event.
Nice.
In which I will grow my hair back. I will spend a month growing my hair back if I could achieve my $7,500 goal. We've had about $500 come in, so we're just shy of $5,000 raised total.
All right, here we go. So let's help Greg grow that hair. I'd love to see Greg with hair. None of us know what that looks like. Don't even know if it's possible.
And neither does his wife.
Greg.
Well, I'm sorry, Greg.
Yeah,
go ahead.
exactly.
Yeah, right. I know it'll grow back. I'm just not sure how. So we've got this whole campaign for me to try and grow my hair back. My wife has never seen me with hair, ever.
Wow, that's amazing. So here's the deal. You donate money to the MAC Fund. Greg's going to golf 100 holes, and he's raising money going to the MAC Fund for pediatric cancer research. You can make that donation. Here's the easiest way. By texting the word golf, G-O-L-F, to the Old National Bank talk and text line, golf, to 855-616-1620. And if we get to $7,500, let's do that. Greg's going to grow his hair out. It's going to be hilarious. More on that as we head through the afternoon. What's up with Aaron Rodgers? That's up next on WTMJ.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert back to report even more home buyers paid over the asking price last month, rising to 50% in the 5-county metro area. 3 out of 10 paid $10,000 or more above that list price. The good news is appraised values are generally keeping up with the over-asking offers. Still, the most powerful thing a buyer can do to make their offer the most attractive in a multiple offer situation is to give the seller some appraisal wiggle room. Telling the seller you're willing to pay over the asking price, even if the house appraises lower, sounds scary because most buyers think they have to fill that potential gap with more down payment. But in the vast majority of cases, AccuNet is showing home buyers how they can offer appraisal wiggle room without bringing a nickel more to closing. Appraisal wiggle room is like a good card trick. You need to see it to believe it. So if you're home shopping with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, upgrade today to an AccuNet rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Listen to The Fix-It Show this Saturday morning in the 7 o'clock hour with special guest Chris Mancuso from Accurate Basement Repair. Chris will discuss and answer questions about basement problems and solutions. Accurate Basement Repair serves all of southeastern Wisconsin with comprehensive, cost-effective basement repairs, including foundation restoration and waterproofing. Check them out online at AccurateBasementRepair.com and listen to The Fix-It Show this Saturday starting at 7 a.m. with Accurate Basement Repair's Chris Mancuso.
St. Vincent de Paul Milwaukee seeks a hands-on facility manager to maintain our thrift store and meal program buildings, grounds, and equipment. In this full-time position with benefits, you'll oversee all facility contracted services and perform light maintenance and repairs to buildings and equipment. Technical training in basic electricity, plumbing, carpentry, and/or mechanical is required, and a degree is a plus. Go to svdpmilw.org to learn more and apply. Good luck.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
This is Jim Griffin with Spectacular Spring Service Specials. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, give it a complete multi-point inspection, check your AC or your heat, even change your wiper blades, all for $129.95. Good at all 5 Griffin dealerships.
This just in. Aaron Rodgers bought a tube of toothpaste.
At this point, it's my intention to play for the Jets.
Anything that falls short of this Jets team not winning the division, oh boy, watch out.
This is Rodgers Watch 2023 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
When it comes to me, they don't know.
It is a Friday where Aaron Rodgers is still a Green Bay Packer. Aaron Rodgers still has not reported to New York or to Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is in California endorsing presidential candidates like Robert Kennedy Jr. What else is Aaron Rodgers up to? It's Rodgers Watch 23. Greg, what do you know?
Yeah, well, I've been going back through the pictures here because as we've been talking about hair on the program, and I've not had hair for about 21 years, and I'll grow it back if we can raise enough money for the MAC Fund, I started thinking about all the different hairstyles Aaron Rodgers had. And I remember on draft day, well, I think it was maybe just the day after day one of the draft, the Packers used to hold a pep rally at the atrium at Lambeau Field. And we, as a partner of the Packers, would do some of our programming from the stage. And, you know, Ted Thompson would come up on stage, Bob Harlan. And it was their very captive audience as the atrium was packed. And they would always introduce the first-round draft pick. Well, Aaron Rodgers, back in that day, I remember I had to sit in the kind of the green room with him to get him up on stage. Had the tips. He had a lot of product in his hair. He had the spiky tips as he was brought up on the stage and ultimately booed by Brett Favre fans. He's had the hair part down the middle, long hair. He's had the Nicolas Cage look. I'm wondering, John, if you have had a favorite Aaron Rodgers hairstyle in your life.
I liked it high and tight. I liked it when he looked clean and preppy.
Yeah, same.
Clean and preppy.
I think this last iteration, that long hair thing he did was just the worst. I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean, but it looks so unkempt.
It did. It looked like a homeless person.
I don't know that I'm capable of doing any of the hairstyles that Aaron Rodgers has gone with. But
that's the magic. We don't know, and we need to find out.
We do need to find out. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, we're trying to raise $7,500 for the MAC Fund. We're at just under $5,000, and if we can get that total achieved, I will spend at least a month, growing my hair out. I say at least because you're going to have to see how long it takes. It's been about 20 years since I've really, really tried.
Is it going to be fuzzy, you think, or what's it going to be like?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a horseshoe, I think.
I love you, Greg. That is so
gonna be
awesome.
It's going to be a lot of hair around the perimeter and not much on top, if I had to guess.
It just shows that you're a confident man, that you are confident in yourself.
And you're committed to helping the kids.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you're willing to do this to help the kids. So here's the deal. Text the word golf to 855-616-1620. It'll take you to a page where it talks about Greg golfing 100 holes. You can make a donation. The money goes to the MAC Fund, one of the great organizations in our city. And if Greg can raise $7,500, he is going to grow his hair out. He hasn't done it in over 20 years. My God. So would you help donate? Would you make a difference? And if you are a corporation and you'd like to match our donations, I would love that. Can someone step up and help, even if it's just a couple $1,000s? Like say, you know what, we'll match the next $2,000, next $1,000. Help us make Greg grow out that hair. Text the word golf to 855-616-1620.
Well, you're fighting childhood cancer. I mean, that's really important.
It's the bottom line.
Yep.
For sure.
We brought this up about an hour ago, John. We've already had about $500 come through, which is great. And, yes, I will be participating in the 100 Holes of Golf event on draft day. So I will go right from the course, potentially, to talk about Aaron Rodgers being traded, right?
Oh, my gosh, what a day.
That could be the day. May happen even on that Friday. So we've got a lot of coverage coming up at the NFL draft on Thursday and Friday.
Please text the word golf to 855-616-1620 in case you missed it. Up next.
Start planning for your retirement today so you enjoy retirement tomorrow. Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 7, where Tony Drake and his Education First team discuss retirement trends, taxes, inflation, and Social Security benefits to help you achieve a more secure financial future.
Join us this week as we talk about regional bank failures and rising interest rates and how you can protect yourself in your retirement nest egg.
Retirement Ready with Tony Drake on WTMJ.
Hey, Greg Matzik here for my friends at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac. You know where they are, right? Got the Spring Forward sales event going on at Holiday. They becoming the destination to gear up for the driving season while you get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade on the new or Mazda certified pre-owned car or crossover. Whatever you're looking for, they got you covered at Holiday. Choose one that's in stock today. You can also reserve one that's coming. Either way, you will be ready to drive inspired on all the fun adventures ahead. Team Holiday, when they're on your side, you will be in great and caring and capable hands. It's Wisconsin's top volume Mazda dealer, #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer, and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award, recognizing excellence and exceptional customer care. Accolades are per Mazda North American Operations Performance and Zone Sales Records for 2022. They also explain why I and thousands of other drivers are fans of Team Holiday and Holiday Mazda. You're going to be too. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and online at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Bet you didn't know, you and that outside faucet on your house have a lot in common. Just like you, they're sensitive to pressure. In my business, we call those doohickeys a hose bib. Eric Smith here from Austin Plumbing, Heating, and Air. And I know, right? Hose bibs, faucets, who cares? Well, we do. Because getting the wrong one or the right one installed wrong, well, that can be a real squirt in the pants. An embarrassing scarlet letter for the neighbors to see. One that says, "Hello, I don't know nothing about buying bibs or faucets." Friends, that's why Austin Plumbing is here, to take the pressure off you when it comes to those plumbing problems. We can put your watery woes and your sensible solutions in easy-to-understand terminology, although we also respond well to the wave of that hand. The one that says, "Yeah, okay, I trust you guys, just fix it." And we do. Worry-free plumbing. Sounds a lot better than Austin Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Online at teamaustin.com.
The Pontoon and Deck Boat Event of the Year. April 20th through 23rd at Centerpoint Pewaukee, and you won't believe the deals. Centerpoint Pewaukee, Highway 16 and Capitol Drive. Be there.
Traffic and weather sponsored by Centerpoint. Don't miss the Pontoon and Deck Boat Sales Event of the Year. Hey there, Debbie.
Hey there, John. Couple of issues got cleared up. Eastbound 94 east of Springdale, and then we also had an issue right about at 68th Street on 94 eastbound. Both of these have been cleared, so the delays are working themselves out. From Highway 16 to the zoo, you're looking at 25 minutes. It's an extra 14 still. And then another 11 to get from the zoo into downtown. We still have this accident northbound 94 in Kenosha County, just north of Highway 165 on the left shoulder. And then we've got on 894 north on the Greenfield Avenue on-ramp, we've got a crash there being worked on as well. Southbound 43, just watch for the delays from Good Hope Road down past Hampton and then back on the brakes from about Locust all the way into the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 inland, a little bit warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, wintry mix, a high of 49. On Sunday, partly sunny, a high of 48. Monday, slight chance for a shower, a high of 52. On Tuesday, slight chance for a shower, a high of 51 degrees. It's currently 58. We like to do this fun little thing on Friday. We call it
In Case You Missed It.
All right, I will go first. So at the White House, they have a new fence that they've had in place, well, for about 2 years now. It's 13 feet tall. It's taller than the other one. It's made of more robust materials. And they have not had a security breach at the White House through this fence until this week. So they were called, security was called to the fence area because the security system triggered that there's been an intrusion. Someone has breached the fence. So they get out there. They go to the edge of the White House lawn. As they're getting closer, the Secret Service says, "Oh, my gosh. I think that's a little toddler." A toddler squeezed through the fence and was on this side, the White House side of the fence, and the parents were on the other side like, "Come back here. My gosh, we're going to get in trouble. Come back here.
Yeah, that
what are you
is not
doing?"
good.
And the Secret Service picked up the little guy and was able to reunite the toddler with his parents, and they were allowed to continue on their way after questioning the family and realizing that, yeah, it was just a little kid who snuck through the fence. So
Okay,
it's
well,
taller, I told you. It also has an inch more space between the pickets, and that was enough for the little guy to be the first intruder in 2 years.
That's a freaky parenting moment.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? Come back. Okay, psst, psst.
No, I cannot imagine. I would be really afraid about that.
In case you missed it.
Did you hear about the ultra marathoner woman?
No.
47 years old, running. She was running in the UK, and she's a top-ranked runner. She actually ran a mile in 1:40.
What?
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
No.
She got
How's that
third
possible?
place. Yeah. Well, what happened was she got tired and she jumped in a car.
Oh, my gosh.
She jumped in a car, and they have all this data tracking so they could see that woman jumped in a car, and she took the third place, and then she said, oh, wait, hold on, just kidding, just JK.
Oh, my gosh.
And then so she had to give it back, and she got disqualified. But, I mean, it's like, I don't know, 50 miles is an ultra marathon.
Yeah.
Do you run, right?
I do, but I run like 5 miles.
5 is my max.
A minute 10 mile. That's pretty quick.
Who am I kidding? 3 is my max.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
Well, 3's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I usually do 3 or 4.
Yeah, 5K.
In case you missed it.
John, if you've ever been out in the yard working with a sledgehammer and had the head fall off and hit you in the forehead, and knock you out and send you to the hospital?
Never had that happen.
That's amazing. 2.2 million sledgehammers are being recalled after failing and causing injuries. Here's the problem. As people are swinging them, the head's flying off. Of all the things you
Their
want
heads?
flying off, hitting you in the face, the butt end of a sledgehammer is probably not one of those things. People are getting injured. At least 2, as a matter of fact, have been injured. 2.2 million sledgehammers. And you can think of some of the manufacturers, right? DeWalt, Stanley, Fatmax, and Craftsman. It's not one manufacturer. It's multiple.
Whoa.
Nobody can seem to figure out how to make a sledgehammer. If you have one in your garage, please exercise caution so you don't end up in the hospital. You may not have the sledgehammer you need to perform your duties.
In case you missed it.
So have you guys heard of this woman? Last Friday, she just emerged from a cave after 500 days of total isolation.
Oh, my gosh.
I
This
did
is
see
Spanish-
her, Debbie. I saw her.
Oh my gosh, the Spanish mountain climber was 230 feet underground, and she spent 500 days completely isolated from the rest of the world. She passed her time reading, exercising, and knitting, and she also had 2 cameras that she's documenting this for a documentary. While she was down there, she missed the Russian invasion of Ukraine and also the death of Queen Elizabeth. They said when they started to interview her when she came out, she was having problems speaking because she hadn't spoken for a while. And but they said that other than that, she was like unfazed. She's like, as a matter of fact, I wanted to stay in there.
She said she did not want to come out of the cave.
Yeah, she didn't want to come out.
I
So
mean-
my question to you is, how long would you last with complete isolation?
1 day. I couldn't do that.
15 minutes.
I could not do that.
I haven't been alone in 20 years.
I could do it for maybe a weekend.
Oh, I could not. So 550 days?
500 days.
And her husband was heard to have said, I thought it was going to be for 1,500 days.
He was
Ouch. But I'm
so bummed.
Are you home already?
Oh, dang.
Ouch.
In
Can you
case
empty that
missed
dishwasher
it.
now that you're home? That's good, Debbie. That's yeah, a weekend. I think that's longer than I mean, I guess I could do it for a weekend, but I don't want to.
In a cave? I mean, what?
Yeah.
Not in a-
Exercising
well, yeah,
and
actually
reading?
in a cave,
What
I
did she
probably
eat?
could.
Yeah. How did she
Well,
eat?
obviously she had food and stuff like that. She had.
500 days worth of food taken to the cave.
500 days she ate dirt.
Can you help me get this pallet of food into the cave?
I need my
They say
toiletries.
she did have a panic button just in case it was too overwhelming, but nope,
Oh.
she said she didn't even want to.
I would have broke that panic button the first night, I think.
Bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam.
Let me out. Somebody let me out of here. Wow, that's a lot. It is 426 at WTMJ. Hey, very quickly. Greg Matzik is raising money golfing 100 holes for the MAC Fund, and we want you to help. Would you please help? Here's how we've sweetened the pot. Greg is a very handsome man with very little hair. As a matter of fact, he's got none. If we can raise $7,500 together, then he is going to grow his hair out. And none of us have any idea what the hell this is going to look
Do
like.
we get to see it? Like, are we going to have a photo sesh and show the
Yes,
hair grown
we
out
have
and
to.
everything?
Yeah, I think the way to do it is for me to do a daily picture, right?
Great
so
idea.
I'll stand in front of the wall, right? The same lighting, same time of day. I might wear the same shirt. Who knows? But just see it like I'll do it for at least a month. Because if after a month it's not it's blotchy or not coming in the right way, like I want to give myself and everybody what they've earned. But I have no idea what it will look like either. But I can tell you this: there will be hair. I can grow hair back. I promise you that. I'm just not sure how it's going to look because it's been 20 years since I've done it.
All right, so here's what we got to do. You want that hair to grow back? We've got to get those donations rolling, and they go to help fight pediatric cancer, the MAC Fund. So text the word golf to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Text the word golf. Help us raise money. Greg will grow his hair back. And if you want to make a bigger donation or you want to match, I'm going to give you my email. Reach out to me if you've got a cool idea. My email is john.mercure@WTMJ.com. John.mercure@WTMJ.com. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Updates. Stocks end the week lower with a busy earnings week wrapping up. The S&P 500 was up 3 points to 4133. The Dow was up as well today, 22 points to 33,808. The NASDAQ was up 12 points to 12,072. But on the week, they all ended lower. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference. John Mercure here for Dave Drakamp Heating. I've got Dave Drakamp product in my house, and my house has never been more comfortable. They've been coming to my house to service our furnace and our air conditioner for a decade. The same guy actually comes to the house, says something about the company that the same guy is there. Get in touch with my friends at Dave Drakamp Heating because we're getting reminders now that summer weather is on the way and that heat will eventually cause you to retreat inside to the cool of your house. Make sure that Dave Drakamp comes out and has your air conditioner tuned up and ready to go. They'll do a preseason tune-up. They do that. If you need new product, they can help you with that. And now's the time, by the way, with new product, because there are healthy inventories, Lennox rebates, utility incentives, and tax credits available now. It's Dave Drakamp Heating, Lake Country's premier preferred Lennox dealer. They're here to help. Let them protect the comfort in your home like they do in mine. Call Dave Drakamp Heating today, and you'll see why I trust them with our family's comfort. DaveDrakamp.com.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Traffic sponsored by the Wisconsin State Fair.
Score Wisconsin State Fair group sales deals. Only $12 per ticket for an order of 50 or more until April 30th. Check out the groups page at wistatefair.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
I'm John Mercure, your top story. New information about the closing of our local Catholic college.
I'm Amy Taylor. Charges dropped against an Oscar nominee.
I'm Greg Matzik at American Family Field, where there's encouraging news for a Brewers starter.
I'm Debbie Laziga, and we do have some delays now coming in from Highway 16 all the way past Highway F. We got a broken down vehicle that's kind of causing some headaches as folks are trying to get around there. We've also got some slowdowns on southbound 41 heading through the Zoo interchange because of a different traffic pattern right around Lincoln Avenue. They're working on the median area, and they have to block off that left lane. It's kind of a long-termish project, so be prepared for those delays. Westbound 94, slow right out of the Marquette through the stadium to about Mitchell Boulevard, and southbound 43, you are on and off the brakes from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 38 degrees. Tomorrow, wintry mix in the morning. Not a nice day, a high of 49 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the closure of Cardinal Stritch University may be the sign of a troubling trend for universities across the country.
Facing a $6 million budget deficit this year, combined with declining enrollment numbers, Cardinal Stritch leaders made the decision to make this spring the school's final. According to news partners at the Business Journal, Alverno College also is facing some issues. For example, they've seen an enrollment of full-time students decline by about 20% in the last decade, while Mount Mary noted a 31% decrease in enrollment during that same time period. At Cardinal Stritch, enrollment dipped 17% year over year, with a student body made up of about 1,100 students. The university's final commencement ceremony is set to be held on Sunday, May 21st. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
Prosecutors have formally dismissed involuntary manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin in the fatal 2021 shooting of a cinematographer on the set of the Western film Rust.
The decision to dismiss the charges comes after prosecutors say new evidence has emerged and they can't go ahead with Alec Baldwin's case. That new evidence reportedly involves modifications made to the gun before the shooting occurred. The modifications may have made it easier for the gun to go off. Meanwhile, the involuntary manslaughter charge against the film's weapons supervisor, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, remains, and prosecutors say Baldwin isn't necessarily off the hook. It's possible charges against him could be refiled. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
President Biden, addressing a gathering on the Rose Garden today, signed an executive order creating a White House Office of Environmental Justice. It's been established to prevent a poverty-stricken area and areas with high minority populations from the burden of pollutants that could lead to worse exposure and environmental harm.
An update on the massive wildfire that stemmed from Fort McCoy in Monroe County. Fort McCoy is now accepting claims for damage. The base, posting on social media today, says it values the longstanding relationships it has with the community and that will honor that by accepting claims from those affected by the fire, which burned 3,100 acres of land, sparked voluntary evacuations, and damaged 4 structures. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. However, the Army National Guard was performing prescribed burns on Fort McCoy the day the wildfire began.
The longest homestand of the year begins tonight for the Brewers. Greg has more from the ballpark up next.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:34.
Grandview buys homes. Hi, I'm Tom Delich, here to tell you Grandview will buy your home in any condition. Wait a minute, you ask. What about water damage? Yes, Grandview will buy your home. Mold in the attic? Yes, we'll buy your home. Cracks in the foundation? Yes, Grandview will buy your home also. The fact is, we buy homes in any condition. Maybe your home hasn't been updated in 20 or 30 years. No problem. Grandview will buy your home. Or maybe your belongings are stacked up to the ceiling and you just need to move on. Grandview will buy your home too. Not only do we buy homes in any condition, you don't have to lift a finger to sell your home. We'll give you a fair cash offer in 48 hours and close on the day you choose. Then only take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. The folks at Grandview understand your situation and will always treat you with dignity and respect. So sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
All Brewers games are on sale now, including a marquee weekend matchup versus the Red Sox April 21st through the 23rd. Get the one-of-a-kind Yelly Tumbler Gate giveaway on Saturday, presented by American Family Insurance. And treat your crew to Brewers Family Fun on Sunday with special activities for kids, including Brewers player autographs and a chance to run the bases. Get your seats now at Brewers.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited turns yards into patios and decks, fire pits, pavers, retaining walls, even screen rooms and outdoor kitchens. Come see it all at the unique Outside In Gerke's Corners showroom they share with Siding Unlimited, the best area installer of siding, of course, but also windows, doors, roofing, and decks. Their combo open house is tomorrow from 9 to 1. Meet the product reps and the Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited teams. Check out sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com. Open house tomorrow from 9 to 1.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
From American Family Field, where the boys are back in town. A long homestand begins tonight against the Red Sox. Milwaukee 14-5 on the season. That's the second best record in all of baseball behind the Tampa Bay Rays. Brewers starter Corbin Burnes left his last start early due to a pectoral muscle strain. Burnes appeared on the Foul Territory TV show yesterday and offered this update.
Everything's good. Played catch yesterday and everything felt good. We got an off day today, so just hanging out, and then bullpen tomorrow will be kind of the final test to make sure we don't feel anything. But yeah, playing catch yesterday, throwing the fly ground, everything felt good.
Craig Counsell confirms moments ago that bullpen went well for Burnes. He's in line to make his next start. That is good news. Freddie Peralta makes a start tonight, and our coverage gets underway after the 6 o'clock news. Well, the most points ever scored in a playoff game by a team playing without its leading scorer, 138. That's what the Bucks did a couple of nights ago in a Game 2 win over the Miami Heat. Drew Holiday was able to chip in 25.
The silver lining to guys not playing, to guys not being available, is Drew being more aggressive and Drew finding that comfort with getting to his spots, getting to his shots, getting to the basket. And I think it's carried over to when we are healthy, too. He can give us a lot, and it's good that, I think we're trying to tap into it. I think he's gotten to a comfortable place and knows how he can impact the game.
Saturday's game is 6:30 tip. Still unclear, John, if Giannis is going to play. He obviously traveled with the team. It just arrived in Miami, as a matter of fact. We'll see. Ryan, he's probably going to be a questionable or doubtful on the injury report tomorrow. You'd love to see probable. Bucks have not yet submitted an injury report for tomorrow's game.
All right, Greg, thank you. Greg at the ballpark all afternoon, and it's the Weekend Review up next.
Say cheese. Whether you like it with tomato soup or with bacon on sourdough, the cheese stands alone. The 10th Annual Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns on Saturday, April 29th at the Lye Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville, Wisconsin. General admission is free. VIP tickets are $30 and will be available at the door. VIP tickets include a sandwich, drink, soup, and a goodie bag. Visit the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship Facebook page for more information. It's the Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship on Saturday, April 29th in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
When it's time to get ready for spring, Blaine's Farm & Fleet is there to help with big savings on trusted brands like Balin. Get a 50-inch, 4-foot, 6-rail, 20-gauge utility gate for just $79.99. King Cutter 72-inch flex hitch rotary mower now $1899.99. Rewards members pay $1799.99. 5-quart jugs of Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in assorted grades just $29.99. And pick up a 7.5-pound pail of Farnham Weight Builder Booster or an 11-pound pail of Horseshoer's Secret Horse Supplement. Now $10 off.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
What a week, huh?
What a week, eh?
What a week.
Let's rap for a second.
All right, the Bucks respond in a record-setting way, a massive defamation settlement, a rapid, unscheduled disassembly, and more. It's the Weekend Review brought to you.
That was
nice?
my favorite.
By Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Eagles quick touch pass to Giannis. He glides in. He got fouled as he was trying to go strong to the rack, and
Oh, no. There's a man down. He has a back contusion. There was x-ray that was clear here.
Adam Silver must really think about banning the charge. It is, without a doubt, the most dangerous play in the game today.
I think it's over.
Eagles zeroes in again from distance. Allen is cooking, and he shows it again. A heat check from the left side. Porter's going to launch for three and connects from the deep corner left. No Giannis, no problem tonight.
I want you to put the word out there. We back up.
53-24 got shots fired at the district.
24-year-old Darian Parker Bell is being charged with 8 separate felonies.
Jason Belmonte.
A record 15 major championships.
Usually the players are like yelling at the guy on the mic. Can we hurry this up?
We get it.
Yeah. Stop.
Theodore McCarrick is the first current or former Cardinal to face sexual abuse charges. The Wisconsin charges allege repeated acts of sexual abuse with the victim, including at a home in Lake Geneva.
Dominion Voting Systems agreeing to an out-of-court settlement with Fox News Corporation this afternoon.
There was an inexplicable 2.5-hour delay before the judge came on the bench to say
the parties had resolved their case.
The settlement is for $787 million.
It is the largest defamation settlement amount that I've heard of by a factor of several fold.
Look at this cheeseburger.
Here's the headline. McDonald's said it's improving its burgers. Juicier, caramelized flavor from adding white onions to the patties while they're still on the grill.
The thing with the McDonald's is when you get the burger, like the edges are not going to be residually melting because of the burger patty at McDonald's.
Man, you're like way into this.
Nerd alert! The drive-thru window is open here on WTMJ Nights. A local man named Bruce is in Seattle right now. Would you be willing tomorrow, maybe for lunch, to go and try one of these new Big Macs?
I would love to.
All right, tell us about it.
The buns were a lot softer. Kind of remind me of an old girlfriend of mine.
Hey, yo! 15 members present. I've been waiting a long time to say that. Hey!
Common Council President Jose Perez celebrating a full council. It's the first time every seat of the council has been filled since 2021.
When Mike Brasso gets to wear the cheese hat for the first time. I was at the pool! Good reference right there, buddy.
Eric Bilstead baited you into delivering that line last week, Level.
When the ball landed in the pool, you were like, come on.
I have to say it now, those idiots.
I was in the pool!
The Center District is working to preserve artwork now that's going to be removed as that downtown convention center is expanded and renovated.
Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks.
50% or so of the words that are up there are on walls that we are remodeling and changing.
I am here at Health Fair Field. We are collecting pet supplies for the Wisconsin Humane Society. I have a very special friend here who just happened to stop by. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bratwurst. Hello, Bratwurst. Thank you for stopping by.
That is wunderbar.
After years of opposition, there's a group of Republican lawmakers now working to build support for a medical cannabis bill.
They have not delivered results. Words are empty, actions are real.
Starship just experienced what we call a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
I'd rather stick my head in a 400-degree oven and get on an Elon Musk rocket.
We can arrange that.
MPD will be required to release video footage to the public within 15 days of an officer-involved death or other critical incidents.
Today we made history for our children and children of generation.
A release of the complete video within 15 days doesn't allow the investigation the time to work.
What a week, eh?
What a week.
A rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Oh, that's good stuff, Adam. The Weekend Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Creative Planning presents Rethink Your Money with John Hagenson, Saturday afternoon at 1. At Creative Planning, we have an entire team working for you, including wealth advisors, CPAs, and attorneys, all working together, all in one place. Let Creative Planning show you a richer way to wealth. Visit creativeplanning.com. That's creativeplanning.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Soft landing, hard landing, and all that continued talk about a recession. If you don't want to go it alone with your investment and retirement plan, it's time to have a talk with Annex Wealth Management. Put a plan in place. Meeting with Annex is an easy thing to do, and you're under no obligation. If it makes sense, you move forward. They truly want you to know the difference. In a time when insurance sales are disguised as financial planning, working with a fee-only fiduciary is a breath of fresh air. Annex operates as one team. In-house financial planning, investment, tax, and estate teams are in-house, and Annex makes it convenient with branches across the WTMJ listening area. If you want to meet online, that's no problem. That's where Annex Everywhere comes in. Visit AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button, and schedule your own appointment today. That's Annex Wealth Management. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, northern Illinois, and Florida, or as close as your computer. The teams I trust and have for many years are at Annex Wealth Management. Fee-only fiduciary, it's Annex.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, Call Select Quote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. Select Quote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Visit GetRoto.net for all your sewer and drain cleanup needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Traffic and weather is sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you trusted for over 85 years. Hello there, Deb.
Hello there, John. We've got a couple of issues right now. We've got southbound 43 with an accident just south of State Street heading into the Marquette. That has the left lane blocked, so we're pretty much solid all the way back to Silver Spring, so be prepared for that. We've also got an accident on the Greenfield Avenue on-ramp to northbound 894. Southbound through the Zoo interchange is also going to be backed up from about Wisconsin Avenue all the way down to around Lincoln. Eastbound 94, riding the brakes from 84th Street through the stadium. The westbound side slow for about 25th Street through the stadium interchange as well. And some pockets of heavy traffic in Waukesha County. Eastbound on 94, we've got a broken down vehicle just past Highway F on the left shoulder, and that's slowing things down. We've also got a little bit of a backup heading through the Gerke's Corners area itself as well. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 degrees inland, a little bit warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, wintry mix, not a nice weekend. Going to also be breezy tomorrow, a high of 49. Sunday, it is partly sunny, a high of 48 degrees. On Monday, slight chance for a shower, a high of 52. And on Tuesday, slight chance for a shower, a high of 51 degrees. In Milwaukee right now, it is 60 degrees. All right, you may have seen this story. This is a really bizarre story. It is from Colorado. So there's a school bus driver, and he's driving these kids, and the kids won't stay in their seat, and the school bus driver's upset, and he's frustrated. And he's trying to get the kids to stay in their seat on the school bus, and they're elementary school age. I want to play for you, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. I'd like to get your take on this. This is the clip of the bus driver. You'll hear his voice on the school bus. When the kids don't behave, he slams on the brakes. You know what's going to happen, right? There's no seatbelts, and they go flying into the seats and into the aisle. Listen to this audio, and then we'll discuss a little bit further.
You guys need to be in your seats. You guys want to see how dangerous that is? Do you get that? That's why you need to be in your seat. Turn around and sit down properly. If you guys can't do that, you will get written up. Do you get that?
You can also see the video on our video feed. It's hard to make it out, but he warns them. He slams on the brakes. The kids fly into the seats in front of them. You know, their little backpacks and their little heads.
They're pretty tiny.
And they slam into the seat in front of them. Some of them are hurt. One of them actually asks another one of her classmates, "Are you okay? You're bleeding from your cheek." So now fast forward. The school district, and this is a camera that's mounted on the bus. So these buses come with cameras. School district fires the bus driver, and then the district attorney in that area decides to file child abuse charges, neglect charges against the bus driver. So he's facing child abuse charges. If you're a bus driver especially, I would love to get your perspective. Can you join us and give us your perspective? I know this is tough and kids don't always behave. Was this the right way to handle this? The Old National Bank talk and text lines 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. Was it right that he is now charged with child abuse?
Well, I guess what parent hasn't been absolutely frustrated with kids not behaving while you're trying to drive? Have you not ever slammed on the brakes and pulled over? Be honest.
I'm sure I probably have.
I totally have.
I think he should be fired. I think that was the right move.
Yeah.
I don't think he should face 30 child abuse charges for intentionally slamming on the brakes. I think that's too far. That's too much.
One thing was bizarre is the kids didn't seem like they were being that out of control. If you watch the video, they're kind of sitting there, and there's one who's like half on and half off the seat, facing the aisle.
Right.
But it really wasn't that bad. You can hear they're not like screaming. I thought it would be total mayhem. But he slammed, and they went flying.
I know. They did.
But child abuse?
I mean, come on, really?
I don't know what other way the lawyer could charge it or the prosecutor could charge it and not have it be child abuse.
Okay, so he's facing 29 charges of child abuse with no injury, 1 count of child abuse with bodily injuries. That's the person who had a little cut on their cheek. Absolutely terrible, absolutely atrocious behavior. But child abuse? I just think that's gone too far. And I think what he did was wrong.
I wonder what a reckless driving charge would look like versus the child abuse charge, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, but it's not going to be good for his bus driving career.
Oh, that's got to be done, right? That's got to be over. Mary in Milwaukee, good afternoon. You're on WTMJ.
Yeah, I disagree with charging him, and I work with small children in the city of Milwaukee, and frankly, their behavior, for the most part, is awful, terrible. There's no discipline anymore, and these children are putting the bus driver at risk also. How can he concentrate and drive? And I work with small children, and the behaviors have gone, bad behaviors have gone way up over the last couple of years. And I just think...
should he have gotten fired?
No. Maybe slight written up or something. I know what he did was maybe a little extreme, but these kids have to learn to listen. And it's a real problem. It's a disrespect of adults is a very big problem.
Hey, Mary, thank you for taking the time to give us a call, and thanks for your work with kids. That's important work. Harry's in Greenfield. Harry, good afternoon. You're on WTMJ.
Okay, thanks for taking my call. I am a school bus driver, and I know what the protocol is for that. Of course, if you get unruly kids, the first thing that you need to do is stop and pull over. We do a street stop, pull over, stand up and address the children and explain to them that this is unacceptable and there will be write-ups if there's no cooperation. But that does not justify you driving carelessly to prove a point. We don't do that. You don't put that type of example in front of a child and cause injury. I personally think that that should be termination.
So he was terminated. Do you think he should be facing criminal charges? 30 criminal charges for what he did.
I believe there should be some accountability from a lawful standpoint. Yes, I do. Because these are children. I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, he caused injury. If this was any other case where you caused injury to somebody, wouldn't you be liable under the law?
Hey, let me get your perspective on another thing, why we have you on the phone, because everybody keeps asking this question. Why are there not seatbelts on school buses?
You know what? I don't really know why. There should be. Apparently, they have never passed that law. Now, on my bus, I drive a smaller bus, so there are seatbelts there, and they are required to be harnessed in on the smaller buses. But the larger buses, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm sorry.
Hey, Harry, thank you for the perspective, and thanks for what you do for our community. We do appreciate it. A couple of texts. Matt in West Dallas, he should have been fired, yes. Definitely no criminal charges. If not taught now, these kids will be in for a rude, possibly deadly awakening in 10 years. I agree with that. Fired, yes. Criminal charges, no. Kids need to behave better, absolutely. And that starts, of course, at home. It doesn't start with a kid who's 7 years old deciding, I'm going to behave badly. It starts with parents who don't make sure the kid behaves well.
Completely agree with that, John.
I mean, come on. From the 414, I bet the kids will never do that again. Point made.
Right, but as the bus driver was saying, our caller, you can't use your vehicle as an instrument of punishment against the kids. And I'm sure that there should be training saying, okay, this is what you do.
This is the protocol.
This is the protocol. This is what you do. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably have used some of that training as a parent, too.
Yeah, I think we all feel that way sometimes, right?
Right.
It is 4:56 at WTMJ.
Great.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the Spring Forward sales event is on. Holiday is the destination to gear up for driving season while you get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade on the new or Mazda certified pre-owned car or crossover that's right for you. Choose one that's in stock today or reserve one that's on the way and be ready to drive inspired on the adventures ahead. With Team Holiday on your side, you'll be in the caring and capable hands of Wisconsin's top value Mazda dealer. It's the #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award, recognizing excellence and exceptional guest care. Accolades are per Mazda North American Operations, Performance, and Zone Sales records for 2022. And they underscore why I and thousands of other drivers are fans of Holiday Mazda. I'm confident you will be too. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and online at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Business headlines with Margaret Notchek at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
About 150 David's Bridal jobs in Wisconsin could be at stake following the retailer's Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. David's Bridal has 6 stores in the state. The Milwaukee Public Museum is doing better than its budget projections. It is up $760,000 compared to a projection of a loss of $365,000. The Lakefront Festival of Art, which is held at the Milwaukee Art Museum's outdoor grounds, will return for the first time since before the COVID-19 pandemic from June 16th to the 18th. It was last held in 2019. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
This report is sponsored by Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart.
In the past 70 years, there's something that has never changed. The kitchen. Oh, it may look a little different as the decades have passed, but it's always been where family gathers for meals, memories, and more. Wisconsin Kitchen Mart has always understood that and remains dedicated to making that important space special.
With an expansive 18,000 square foot showroom filled with full-size displays featuring Play-Doh custom cabinetry, award-winning designers, plus their own in-house installation department, let Wisconsin Kitchen Mart transform your kitchen into a true gathering place.
I'm Robert Iskey, Vice President and Designer from Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. We've been remodeling kitchens and baths since 1951 and can help establish a vision for your remodel. We bring the carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and everyone else needed to make your dream kitchen a reality.
Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart on the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue and 36th Street in Milwaukee. Online at wisconsinkitchenmart.com.
When big national banks make a decision, it requires many emails, phone calls, and plenty of video conferences from around the globe. When we make a banking decision, we do it over a cup of coffee in our office. Finding a local bank that's passionate about the community and knows your name is hard to find these days.
Good morning, Diane. Welcome back.
The search is over.
Waterstone Bank, proud to be your local bank for over 100 years. Love your bank as much as we love this community. Waterstone Bank, Waukesha, Milwaukee, and Washington County.
Member FDIC.
Explore outdoor living this Saturday from Eric Brown, the president of Outdoor Living Unlimited. He knows his stuff. They expand your living space with decks, patios, fire pits, even outdoor kitchens, and can show you a virtual reality of it all for starters. Outdoor Living Unlimited did a great job at the Matzik household. We love it. So listen and call Eric this Saturday on WTMJ's Fix It Show and check out OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Social Security benefits denied? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to TaybackAttorneys.com.
We're going to make the curse of the Bambino come back to haunt you.
Bounced into the hole at second base, fielded by Terrain and shallow right. Spins and throws to first. Ha! What a dandy of a play by the Brewers' second baseman.
The Brewers are back at home to take on the Red Sox with coverage starting tonight at 6 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: Milwaukee police organizations feuding over a new ruling.
I'm Amy Taylor. A new warning for Americans in Sudan.
I'm Greg Matzik at American Family Field, where there's bad news for a Brewers rookie.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and eastbound on 94 is a 25-minute ride from Highway 16 to the zoo. We have some hefty traffic just coming out of the Highway 16 area, all because of a broken-down vehicle right around Highway F, so be careful with that. Southbound 43, just basically cranking on the brakes from Bender Road all the way down into the Marquette, where you'll find an accident just south of State Street, blocking the left lane. Eastbound 94, slow right out of the zoo interchange through the stadium. The westbound side's a little bit heavy as well, but you're looking at those delays starting around 30th Street through the stadium interchange as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, cloudy and cool, a low of 36. Tomorrow, breezy, chilly, a high of 47. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a new ruling by the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission is putting them at odds with the Milwaukee Police Union.
Milwaukee Police Association President Andrew Wagner filing a lawsuit this morning, alleging that the new rules that mandate the release of body cam footage during critical incidents be released within 15 days puts officers unnecessarily at risk.
They're mandating time frame, which I believe that will hurt the integrity of the investigations overall and won't allow the correct due process rights of the officers.
Wagner telling WTMJ he also believes the commission overstepped its authority by unilaterally changing the rules Thursday night.
We believe the FPC is acting in the role of a governing body, where they're demanding certain SOPs on the department.
Finn Askin, WTMJ News.
Criminal charges have now been filed against a Milwaukee County correctional officer after the death of an inmate earlier this year.
32-year-old Lakeisha Kauser is being charged with one count of misconduct in public office in connection to the in-custody death of Octaviano Juarez Coro. He was found unresponsive in his jail cell back in January. Records show that Kauser was employed as a correctional officer at the jail for 4 years until she was relieved of her duty with pay pending the outcome of this ongoing criminal case. Juarez Coro was in jail after he shot 5 people, killed 2 of them at Milwaukee's South Shore Park back in 2006. If Kauser is found guilty, she could be sentenced to up to 3.5 years in prison. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
Americans are being warned to leave Sudan immediately.
While the U.S. has no immediate plans to help thousands of Americans leave Sudan's suddenly violent conflict, the White House is urging them to get out.
It's absolutely imperative that U.S. citizens in Sudan make their own arrangements to stay safe in these difficult circumstances.
National Security Spokesman John Kirby. Pentagon is, however, getting forces ready if it needs to help with quick evacuation. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
A new study of 18,000 people, mostly women, with type 2 diabetes found that one sugary drink a day, like soda or fruit punch, increased the risk of death by 8% compared to people who replaced that sugary drink with one that was artificially sweetened. The BMJ study, conducted from 1980 to 2018, found that even better outcomes for people who drank water, milk, coffee, or tea instead of those soft drinks. As many as 95% of the 37 million Americans with diabetes have type 2. Risk factors for type 2 include being overweight and a lack of exercise.
Giannis makes the flight, but will he play? Greg has the latest on the Bucks and sports coming up next.
Exciting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 5:04.
Hey, it's almost dinner time. That means it's time to stop off at the store. And while you're there, pick up some Palermo's. It is Wisconsin's hometown pizza. Check it out, Palermo's, and their great tasting frozen pizzas. Primo Thin, Connie's Urban Pie. Boy, Screamin' Sicilian sounds great tonight. Did you know they're stuffing the crust of a Screamin' Sicilian? That's right, 2.5 feet of cheese in the crust of an already fantastic frozen pizza. Boy, it never tastes like frozen pizza, that's for sure. Stop off at the store, Festival Foods, Pick and Save, Piggly Wiggly, Sendik's or Woodman's. Grab a few, load up the freezer, pop one in the oven tonight, watch the ball game. Everyone's going to be happy when it's Palermo's on the table. Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
St. Kate the Arts Hotel. The next time you got a craving for pizza that you just can't ignore, head to Proof Pizza at St. Kate. Proof specializes in fast, casual Neapolitan-style pizza, along with a selection of delicious appetizers and salads. Try a classic pizza like pepperoni or margarita, or experiment with more unique creations like the artichoke and chicken or the Genoa. Better yet, try a rotating pizza of the month option. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the menu and learn more at proofpizzamke.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Yeah, bad news for the Brewers. Rookie Garrett Mitchell's season could be over. An MRI reveals significant laboral damage, and he'll require surgery, most likely, according to Craig Counsell. He had been placed on the 10-day disabled list over the road trip due to a shoulder subluxation. The MRI came back, and it's not good news for Mitchell. He will seek a second opinion and leave town to get that second opinion, but it's possible surgery would be required, and that could put his season in jeopardy. On the field, the Brewers take on the Boston Red Sox tonight. Brewers finishing up some early batting practice. Red Sox stretching along third base line. The Brew Crew City Connect jerseys being worn tonight, and the roof is closing here at American Family Field. Our coverage gets underway after the 6 o'clock news on WTMJ, and the first injury report is out for the Bucks for tomorrow night's game against the Heat. Giannis is listed as questionable on that report as he continues to deal with a back contusion.
Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzik.
Through 19 games, the Brewers have opened the eyes of the baseball world with the second-best record in the league. Well, now is when things get tough. The league has a way of throwing a counterpunch at those who find success. Rookies were the talk of the team during the opening homestand of the season. Well, predictably, Joey Wiemer has cooled off. He's hitting .204. Well, now it's his turn to punch back. Garrett Mitchell's season could be over after the results of an MRI revealed significant shoulder damage that could require surgery. Joining Mitchell on the injured list are all-star starting pitcher Brandon Woodruff and infielder Luis Urias. Season-long health is an anomaly in baseball. That's why the Brewers work tirelessly to field a team with players who are position versatile. In baseball, the depth of every team is tested over the course of 162 games. Not even 20 games into a 162-game season, and the Brewers are already forced to test theirs.
Extra Points is sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
Did you know that the Inflation Reduction Act can save you thousands on energy-efficient updates like new insulation, siding, windows, and more? And these dollars are in addition to Focus on Energy rebates. I'm Randy Miller, owner of All Right Home and Remodeling and S&E Insulation. As Department of Energy Century Club award winners, my team has the proven skills and experience to help you take advantage of these unprecedented incentives. Get started at ALLRITE-remodeling.com.
You can give them the same old, or you can surprise them with something unique from St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store at a bargain. Almost new, but really cool. The thing about thrift store gift shopping is that you never know what you'll find. But when you find it, you'll know it's right. That's what makes it fun. And if you just can't choose, gift cards are always available at St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
If you want to be sure that you're getting financial planning advice you can trust, work with a fiduciary. A fiduciary should be someone who acts as a steward for you. It means they treat your assets as if they were their own, that they protect them as if they were their own, and that they try to grow them as if they were their own. Now you can take this for what it's worth, but I'm doing all I can to run a firm you can trust. That's why we're a fee-only, comprehensive financial planning firm that doesn't work for anyone but our clients and focuses only on their best interest. By being a steward, being a fiduciary, to help our clients reach their financial goals. I'm Jim Cantrell, and I believe we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to financialstrategiesinc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
Group sales deals for the Wisconsin State Fair are here. Tickets are $12 each for an order of 50 or more until April 30th. Get additional discounts on your State Fair favorites too. Check out the groups page at wistatefair.com for more details.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John Mercure.
All right, hope you're having a great Friday. Amy Taylor's in for Sandy Max. Greg Matzek's at the ballpark. Debbie Lazica has your roads, and Adam Roberts is producing the show this afternoon. Another kind of strange Hollywood story.
This is so bizarre. I was listening to Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights on Audible, so it's really good. And he's a really wild guy, you know.
He is.
And who else is another wild guy? Woody Harrelson.
Yep.
Could they be related? Yes, they could. They could actually be half brothers. Harrelson is now confirming that Matthew McConaughey could be his half brother, and they're talking about doing a DNA test. But I guess it's a bigger deal for McConaughey because his father that he knew, who raised him, wouldn't be his actual father. And the way this came up, it was they were in Greece and they were watching the World Cup or something, and Harrelson said, I was thinking about my dad, and it's odd that he doesn't have any regrets. And then McConaughey's mother says, I knew your father.
And it sounds like the same time she was going through a divorce, they were both in the same part of Texas.
It was like the same exact timing, 9 months
Yikes.
exactly before. And Woody said he got like a little bit of a chill thinking like, this is a little troubling and interesting. And McConaughey's parents divorced twice and then remarried each other twice. But during this furlough that she was on from her husband, is when Matthew was born, the year of his birth, 9 months before. She was on a sabbatical from her relationship from McConaughey's
dad. So
dad.
is Matthew reluctant to get the DNA test because it would change his history?
A little reluctant, yeah. And Harrelson said, I'm trying to tell him, you're gaining a brother, you're gaining a father.
Yeah, you're not losing a father. He'll still always be your father.
Yeah, sort of. But I guess one thing is they are coming up with a new series, so.
So they're working together?
They are working together. Do you remember True Detective? That was so good.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it was so good. So now they have a show coming up on Apple TV called Brother from Another Mother. Isn't that funny? So I wonder how much of this is promotional, but it's actually true. So it's confirmed by both of them.
Wow, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Two crazy guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5:13 at WTMJ. Up next, our friend Brian Goddard joins us live in the studio. Greg Matzek's going to be here as well. Greg is playing 100 goals of golf for the MAC Fund, 100 holes of golf for the MAC Fund, trying to raise money to fight pediatric cancer. And you can help as well. We've got something very interesting going on. Greg's going to do something potentially he's never done before, but we need your help. That's up next on WTMJ.
Every hour.
A $1 billion investment by Microsoft is set to move forward in Racine County.
Every day.
A multi-million-dollar settlement reached after Dominion Voting Systems sued Fox News for defamation.
The news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
Common Council President Jose Perez celebrating a full council with 3 new members being sworn in.
The WTMJ Breaking News Center has you covered.
15 members present. I've been waiting a long time to say that.
News Radio WTMJ.
John Mercure here for Town Bank. If last year taught us anything, it's that owning a business means being resourceful, and that includes choosing partners that you can trust. Town Bank, they take care of their partners. That's what they do. That's how they roll. As a matter of fact, they helped 12,000 local businesses back in the day during the pandemic when all that was going on. I want to talk really about how they can help you, the individual. I've been at Town Bank for a very long time. I trust the teams at Town Bank. They're the real deal. They're part of the Wintrust family of community banks, and they're going to take great care of you as well. Right now, check this out. Total Access Checking, which is the account that I have, gives you free ATMs nationwide and a $300 bonus. You open a checking account, you get a $300 bonus. And we all want our little kids to know about money, right? They've got a great junior savers account program. I love this. Children earn interest on every dollar they deposit. Plus, it's free fun, events, activities, giveaways throughout the year. Best customer service in America. Best banking solutions anywhere. It is Town Bank. To learn more, visit townbank.us, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Town Bank, Wisconsin's bank. My bank, it's the best bank.
I'm with the Associate Director of Hunger Task Force, Matt King. Matt, tell me about your organization's mission.
We operate a food bank that provides healthy food absolutely free of charge to people across Wisconsin.
And as your local office technology partner, James Imaging Systems is there to assist you and your organization.
Absolutely, it's really important to work with other local businesses that give back to the community.
I imagine operating a statewide food bank requires the help of a lot of special people.
We actually rely on the help of over 15,000 community volunteers every year.
That's a lot of good people doing a lot of good work.
People can get involved in whatever way feels most comfortable to them. They can give their time, they can give their funds, and they can give their voice.
And for those interested in helping, what's the first step?
People can go to our website at www.hungertaskforce.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Traffic is sponsored by Trees on the Move. From planning to planting, it's Trees on the Move. We all look forward to outdoor living in Wisconsin. From planning to planting and everything in between, now is the perfect time to let Trees on the Move beautify your landscape.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. Good afternoon, Deb.
Good afternoon, John. Things are starting to wind down a little bit. We do still have some delays out there. Eastbound 94, basically from the county line all the way through the zoo to about just through the stadium interchange. Then it opens up into the Marquette. Westbound side is just slow right through the stadium. Southbound on 43, we're seeing delays from Bender Road all the way down into the Marquette interchange. That earlier accident south of State Street has been cleared out of the way, so that's good news. Seeing a little bit of a backup along 894 eastbound out of the Hale interchange past about 60th Street. The westbound side slow out of the Mitchell interchange out past Loomis. Be your eyes on the roads. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line. It's 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 inland, a little warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, wintry mix, a high of 49. Sunday, partly sunny, 48. Monday, slight chance for rain, a high of 52. And on Tuesday, chance for rain, a high of 51 degrees. In Milwaukee right now, it is 58. That's such nice music. We're talking hair. Because Greg Matzik, who's a beautifully bald man, is trying to raise money for the MAC Fund by golfing 100 holes. And if we can get up to $7,500 in donations, we've got a little bit of work to do here. Greg's agreed to not shave his hair, to let it grow out, actually. He's going to grow out that hair. This is unbelievable. So we need you to help us. The quickest way, hit the Old National Bank talk and text line, 855-616-1620. Text the word golf. We send you to Greg's page. You can make a donation. It goes to pediatric cancer research through the MAC Fund. Greg is with us from the ballpark. Brian Goddard, the major gifts officer for the MAC Fund, is with us, and he is chuckling. What are you looking at?
The pictures of Matzik growing out his hair.
So our graphics department created 8 different options if Greg Matzik raises enough money to grow out his hair, and these are sweet. He's a good-looking man, isn't he?
He can make any haircut look good. The Princess Leia cut is really good.
I think they're being very optimistic with the amount of hair growth that's going to happen.
I think you're right.
According, like number 5, the kid and play cut, according to Greg, that's impossible because he's got the sides, but not the...
Yeah, that won't happen.
So
I like the may I speak to your manager cut. That's the number 4.
He looks like a Karen.
Karen, those bangs.
Karen Matzik. Sorry, Greg, I love you.
There it is, great. The faux hawk cut on the video stream. You can see that.
I now see why he... Oh, look at that. Shaves his head. I see. He's a very attractive man.
So if you want to see these hair...
So? Oh, I've thought that Greg is a very
He's
stunning...
a beautiful man.
He's
a beautiful man.
Actually.
Stunning. You're saying cute. We're saying stunning. And
well, you guys
handsome.
are... I have to... I can't harass anybody,
I was just shocked to hear he hasn't... he's had no hair for like 20-some years.
Yeah.
Like his wife doesn't even know what he looks like with hair.
So if you want to see the hair grow in, here's what we got to do. We got to raise money for the MAC Fund. You got to help Greg raise money for the MAC Fund. 855-616-1620. It's a great cause, and we want to see our guy be forced to grow his hair, which could be brutal. The Old National Bank talk and text lines 855-616-1620. How you doing out there, Greg?
Yeah, okay. Well, I see the website here, and that's a very creative digital department that we have at work. I don't know if I can pull off the, the dreadlock look. I don't know if I can pull off the Princess Leia look or the Guy Fieri sort of look. Let's see, there's a dreadlock option.
The faux
haircut
hawk.
number 1, the faux hawk.
Yeah.
Potentially I could do that. So here's the background. In 2004, I was a early 20s, downtown male, bartending, on the scene, right, being hip, single, And Mother Nature said, we're going to get rid of some of your hair. And I said, you know what? I'm going to beat you to the punch. So I decided to shave it. And after 3 months of looking like I was wearing a swim cap, I finally got enough sun on that dome to make the look that I now present today. So it has been since 2003, I would guess, maybe 2, that I have not had hair. And not only that, but I have not attempted to grow back hair. Now, here's what I know. I know I can grow hair. I know I am not that follically challenged. I know that hair will come back. I just don't know where and how thick. So I think I'll have like a horseshoe thing going on if I had to guess. But there are, I would say 98% of the people we work with, John, including yourself, have never seen me with hair. Goddard has never seen me with hair. My wife has never seen me with hair.
Wow.
Never.
Wow. So let's talk golf, because if we want Greg to grow the hair, he's going to be golfing, and we need to help him raise money. Brian Goddard is with us from the MAC Fund, Major Gifts Officer. By the way, text golf to 855-616-1620. This event, Brian, what does it mean to the MAC Fund? It's about exposure and about raising money, isn't it?
And they raise a lot of money. It is amazing what these 15 to 20 golfers do in a day. I mean, they're expected to raise $7,500. That's the minimum.
Yep.
Or more. And in the first 5 years, these golfers, and I've done it the first 4 years or so, have raised over $1 million.
Oh, my gosh. $1 million?
Yes.
That's amazing.
And got a update today from my coworker and friend, Mike Bilo, who Matzik knows very well. Sounds like we might even have a better year this year.
That's fantastic.
But that does not mean don't donate, because we want Matzik to
grow his hair.
Grow his hair.
Can you talk about what the MAC Fund does for the one person who doesn't know? No, but seriously, it's such a great organization.
We are raising money then to contribute that to researchers right here in Wisconsin to find a cure for pediatric cancer and childhood blood disorders as well. The money stays in Wisconsin.
That's the cool part. Local researchers, money stays here.
It's at the medical college. It's at Children's. It's at UW Carbone Center in Madison. It's in the Marshfield Clinic. And then everybody's like, well, this is kind of selfish, isn't it? It's like, no, it's not selfish. We have some of the best doctors in the world, and they're not just keeping that here in Wisconsin. They talk. They share.
Yep.
So what's happening in our own backyard here is helping kids worldwide.
And it's such a rich history, too, the MAC Fund, with the founding of it. Can you talk about that, too, Brian?
Yeah, Johnny Mac and Eddie Doucette started this almost 50 years ago.
Wow.
47, I believe we're at now, and they've raised over $80 million. Obviously, it's spiked up over the last, it started slow like most nonprofits, and then it's just gone rapid. And as Johnny Mac says, I don't think it could happen anywhere else, no other city, because these folks are so giving everywhere. I mean, like I do a small bowling event for the MAC Fund every year. It's coming up next weekend. We have 8 lanes in Cedarburg, and it's been 10 years, and we've raised almost $400,000. I mean,
that's incrable.
You just don't.
That's serious.
Generosity.
I mean, the people here have big hearts, and they step up when you need help. And we're getting close. When we get updates from the doctors and the researchers, we're getting close to that cure for some kinds of cancer. There are some that they're still battling. There are kids still dying. During COVID, kids were still being diagnosed, and it didn't stop.
Yeah.
So we're getting close, and we're hoping to be able to do this without the poison, the chemo, the radiation. And that's, even though 80-some% of kids are being saved, it's the side effects. So you pump chemo into this, 5-year-old, this 12-year-old. Down the road, there's going to be some side effects. And so they're not just trying to cure it.
I lost my nephew to pediatric cancer, and that was exactly his story. He was 10 when he was diagnosed, and he died at 42. But he had a really hard, difficult life, and it was early in the research. But this is very meaningful to me because it had long-term consequences and impacted many families.
Many families.
Yeah.
And so while we're having fun, we want Greg to grow his hair and stuff, but it is for an amazing purpose. This is what really gets you. Only 4% of the national budget for research for medicine goes to pediatric cancer.
4%.
4%.
Wow, that's a small
and
number.
So that's why the MAC Fund is so important.
Critically important.
Because these researchers need more money, and the more money equals better results. And
so let's raise some more money. Let's do this. Text the word golf, GOLF, to the Old National Bank talk and text line, 855-616-1620. Go to WTMJ.com. We're having a little bit of fun. You can see what the pictures of Matzik looks like when he grows out that hair. But we need your help. Colin in Delafield says Greg's going to look like Friar Tuck.
Oh. Yes.
Could be. Let's find out.
You know what I
If
want?
I'm lucky.
You know, if you drive
know,
through
it-
Chicago and you see all the billboards of Urlacher with hair,
Yeah.
I want billboards in
Yes.
Milwaukee of
Yes.
you, Matzik,
Oh,
with your
geez.
hair.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if we need billboards, but
Yes,
I'm
we
happy to
do.
do whatever to
Yes, we
help
do.
raise money for the kids. You know, John and Brian, we set a $7,500 goal. I'm happy to say we're just a little short of $5,000 raised right now. And the event is next week, Thursday. So we're going to use the next several days leading up to the event to try and get us to that $7,500 goal. And I will, for at least a month, I might go longer, who knows, but at least a month, grow my hair out, and we'll see what becomes of it. We'll do daily picture updates too. We'll make this a lot of fun and try and raise some money for an incredible cause as you've outlined. So
I think we need
follow
to do
John's
another.
lead here.
We need to do a follow-up.
What's that, Brian?
We need to do a follow-up. You keep growing this out, scaring people on these billboards, and we raise money for
sure.
you to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you know,
love
that's
that.
what people usually do, right? I will shave my head for
Correct.
yada, yada, yada.
I love
How
it.
many people are saying, I will grow my hair?
It's pretty unique.
Yeah.
Well, I can still do it. I know I can still do it. I just haven't done it in over 20 years. And my wife is texting me throughout this segment saying, what, you're doing what now? And yeah, we'll give it a
she's
shot
never
here, hon.
seen it.
Yeah, no, she's already signed up for life. We're in this thing together.
I would like to know which
We'll
one
see
she
what
wants.
happens
Which
here.
haircut do?
Yeah. Which haircut
Yeah,
does
right.
Emily want? Emily like the number 4? What does she want? All right, so
goodness.
text the word golf. Let's get this going. Text the word golf to 855-616-1620, the Old National Bank talking text line. Brian Goddard is the Major Gifts Officer at the Mac Fund. Brian, thank you so much for being with us.
Greg, I will see you next Thursday. Stay warm. Remember, last year it was like sleeting and wind chills in the teens. So it's not just cutting
Yeah, that
your
didn't
hair,
go
growing
well. I just got my core body temperature back a few days ago. But a little bit of sun in 50s, I think, is what we're looking at. That'd be fine with
That
me.
would be beautiful.
Have a good weekend, Brian.
You guys as well.
Thanks for all the work you do. It is 5:27 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stocks end the week lower for the week, although they were up a little bit today. The S&P 500 up 4 points to close at 4133. The Dow was up 23 points. The NASDAQ was up 13 points. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. We all know that seeing your doctor when you're not feeling well or for regular checkups is important, but what about care specifically for your heart? Here to talk about risk factors for heart disease and when you might want to consider seeing a heart doctor is Dr. Laura Beecher, a cardiologist at the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. First of all, Dr. Beecher, thanks for being here. Doctor, I assume that this is one of these areas where delay is not necessarily advisable. If somebody has some concerns or something, they should really get in and get the situation assessed, correct?
Correct. Heart disease is one of those things that is very treatable, but definitely need to be assessed and treated appropriately. So yeah, waiting is typically not recommended if you're having issues.
Doctor, we talk a lot about the team approach at the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Why should someone choose the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin's cardiology team?
Sure. We have a large cardiology practice with both general providers and very specifically trained subspecialists within cardiology. We provide care throughout southeastern Wisconsin, so you can receive care close to home or work, and we have the most advanced and up-to-date diagnostic and treatment options available to patients. Surgical and non-surgical treatments are options, and it's a really great team of physicians and other providers that work well with your primary care provider and any other specialties that are needed.
Doctor, there's also advantages to being an academic health network, right?
Correct, yeah. At an academic health network, our providers are involved in research that aims to bring the newest, most sophisticated treatment options available to patients.
Dr. Beecher, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Find a doctor who's right for you by visiting freighter.com/heart or calling 414-777-7700.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Visit GetRoto.net for all your sewer and drain cleanup needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story: answers from the closing of a Catholic college.
I'm Amy Taylor, demanding equality in Florida.
I'm Greg Matzek at American Family Field, where the Brewers' depth will be tested.
I'm Debbie Lazigo. We have a broken down vehicle 94 eastbound, just east of Highway F. Still causing a headache. It's off on the left shoulder, but it's kind of close to the driving lanes. So we've got delays almost back to Highway 16, so be careful with that. And then back on the brakes from just west of Highway 100 through the Stadium interchange all the way through to about 35th Street. Westbound side, 35th Street to about Mitchell Boulevards, where you're seeing those delays. And southbound from the zoo onto the bypass, we've got backups. That new traffic pattern really throwing everybody for a loop right around Lincoln Avenue. That left lane's blocked because of that road work that's going on in that area. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, breezy, a low of 38 degrees. Tomorrow, wintry mix, a high of 49 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the closure of Cardinal Stritch University may be the sign of a troubling trend for universities across the country.
Facing a $6 million budget deficit this year, combined with declining enrollment numbers, Cardinal Stritch leaders made the decision to make this spring the school's final. According to news partners at the Business Journal, Alverno College also is facing some issues. For example, they've seen an enrollment of full-time students decline by about 20% in the last decade, while Mount Mary noted a 31% decrease in enrollment during that same time period. At Cardinal Stritch, enrollment dipped 17% year over year, with the student body made up of about 1,100 students. The university's final commencement ceremony is set to be held on Sunday, May 21st. Mike Spalding, WTMJ News.
Students across Florida protested Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' education policies. They say target minority programs. Christian Benavides reports from Riviera Beach, Florida.
High school students in Fort Myers walked out of class Friday as part of protests against the bill to overhaul higher education in Florida. College students in Orlando also took part.
There is a right and there is a wrong, and right now the state of Florida is wrong.
Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' proposal includes eliminating diversity programs, banning gender studies majors, and weakening tenure protection for professors.
Organizers of the walkout say they plan to hold bi-weekly town halls until the 2024 presidential election.
An update on the massive wildfire that appears to have started at Fort McCoy in western Wisconsin. The fort is now accepting claims for damage caused to those affected by the fire. It burned 3,100 acres of land, sparked evacuations, and damaged 4 structures. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the Army National Guard was performing prescribed burns on Fort McCoy the day the wildfire began.
Encouraging news for a Brewers starter. Greg has details from the ballpark coming up next.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 5:34.
Outdoor Living Unlimited turns yards into patios and decks, fire pits, pavers, retaining walls, even screen rooms and outdoor kitchens. Come see it all at the unique Outside In Gerke's Corners showroom they share with Siding Unlimited, the best area installer of siding, of course, but also windows, doors, roofing, and decks. Their combo open house is tomorrow from 9 to 1. Meet the product reps and the Siding Unlimited and Outdoor Living Unlimited teams. Check out sidingunlimited.com and outdoorlivingunlimited.com. Open house tomorrow from 9 to 1.
All Brewers games are on sale now, including a star-studded battle with the Angels on deck for April 28th through the 30th. Witness some of baseball's biggest names go head-to-head as Corbin Burns and the crew face off against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. Plus, take home a limited edition Brewers hoodie at the game on Saturday the 29th. Get your seats today at brewers.com/promotions.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and executive producer of a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, 1-800-578-3535. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free, plus 2 hours of bonus behind-the-scenes footage. No credit card required. Call right now. 1-800-578-3535. That's 1-800-578-3535. Again, 1-800-578-3535.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
From American Family Field, where the Boston Red Sox are on the field, taking a little batting practice. Roof is closed. Should be a great night for baseball here as the Brewers begin a 9-game homestand against Boston. Milwaukee 14-5 on the season.
It's been a lot of fun, and obviously feeling the energy, whether it's in the clubhouse or in the suite with our staff during the game. Everybody's come together, and it's been great so far.
It's Brewers GM Matt Arnold. Now the Brewers' depth is going to be tested here. Garrett Mitchell is going to be out for an extended period of time. Results of an MRI in his shoulder came back, and it's not great news. He'll seek a second opinion in the next couple of days. Surgery could be required. That could put his season in jeopardy, according to Craig Counsell. Coverage of the Brewers and Red Sox get underway at 6 o'clock tonight with Brewers warm-up on WTMJ. Corbin Burns reports no issues with his bullpen session. He left his last start due to a pectoral strain. NFL Draft is less than a week away. The Packers have 10 picks. Tight end is a position of need for the Packers and a position of depth in the draft, according to ESPN's Mel Kiper.
I think that's the best position in the draft, that and corner. I think you can get a tight end that can help you into the 5th, 6th round area. That would be like Davis Allen from Clemson, Cameron Latou from Alabama, 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, then Strange 2nd or 3rd round, then a host of 3rd through 7th rounders that can play. I have 16 tight ends with make-it grades right now.
And Giannis is questionable on the Bucks' first injury report heading into tomorrow night's game against the Heat in Miami. Hear that game on WTMJ with coverage beginning at 6 o'clock. And, John, just as I'm speaking here, a couple more donations filing in. We are at $5,000 raised, which is great. We're on our way here toward our $7,500 goal. And, of course, if we can do that, I will do my best to grow my hair back. I will grow my hair back.
All right, Greg, here's the deal. We just heard from Mike from Designers Workroom, Inc. He is going to match any donations that total up to $500. So here we go. If you can bid right now to help the MAC Fund by texting the word golf to 855-616-1620. You make a $50 donation, you make a $100 donation. Mike is going to match those donations up till $500, but you've got to text the word golf this afternoon. Would you please do that? It'll take you to Greg's page. You get all the information. It helps the MAC Fund. And your donation will be matched this afternoon. 855-616-1620. Please text the word golf to that number. Good stuff out there, Greg. It is 5:39 at WTMJ.
Hey, my friends at Siding Unlimited have an open house, and they want you to stop by. 9 to 1 tomorrow. What are you up to? Now, the weather might be a little iffy, and maybe that bad weather has done some bad things to your home. That's where Siding Unlimited comes into play. They've got all sorts of great products to help beautify your home's exterior, and they also have the best expert installation teams you are going to find. Those Pella windows, yeah, they're beautiful, but if installed improperly, you might be back to square one. That's where Siding Unlimited separates from the rest of the pack. The installation of these fine products, Pella windows, Sunrise windows, the best in siding with LP SmartSide siding. In fact, we had them put it on our house when we built it about 6 years ago. It still looks perfect. Not a seam has busted, no warping. The color has stayed true through our crazy Wisconsin weather. Trust Siding Unlimited for your outdoor living needs. Outdoor Living Unlimited as well, under the same roof. They got you covered with patios, pavers, decks, pergolas, fire pits, outdoor kitchens, you name it. 9 to 1 tomorrow. Siding Unlimited showroom. Stop in for their open house, 665 Larry Court. SidingUnlimited.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
We're raising money for the MAC Fund, and Mike, one of our callers, has agreed to match any donations you make to the MAC Fund as Greg Matzik golfs 100 holes of golf. Here's how you make that donation. The easiest way is to text the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. Let's help battle pediatric cancer along with Greg. Make a donation, please, by texting to that number. It's so easy. And Mike is going to match those donations this afternoon. So now's the time to do it. You basically double what you give. Meteorologist Brian Niznansky is with us. Kind of the calm before what's going to be a nasty weekend, huh, Niz?
Yeah, it's just not looking pretty. I mean, we've had worse, that's for sure. It's all relative. If it was January, we'd be talking about, oh, what a beautiful weekend we got ahead for us. So, yeah, it just looks like 40s, lots of clouds, windy conditions, and maybe a few rain and snow showers tomorrow, guys.
All right, so kind of lead us through in detail beginning tonight what it looks like, Niz.
Yeah, overall, we're looking at cooler air moving in from the northwest, partly cloudy skies, a low temperature of 36. As we head into tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, chilly, chance of rain and snow showers, 47. We're not looking at accumulation, but it could be one of those days where, like, you get a quick little burst of, snow. You think, man, whoa, it's really coming down, and then all of a sudden it'll just stop. So partly cloudy on Sunday, 47. Monday, partly cloudy, 51. Thursday, a slight chance of showers, a high of only 46, 51 inland. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny, 47 degrees, inland 53. So it looks like the cooler weather is going to stick around all the way into next week, guys.
All right. Have a great weekend, Niz.
You too, John. See you later.
It is 5:42 at WTMJ. The Weekend Review up next.
Brewers fans, it's me, Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, here to tell you that you can now catch Brewers Extra Innings wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, and of course, WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. Every stat, every storyline, and of course, highlights from the games this season following the Brewers all year long. Catch Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank, right here on the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Well-changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Who's hungry? Mark your calendar for April 22nd through the 30th for Lake Geneva Restaurant Week. This culinary adventure features dozens of the area's finest restaurants with exclusive menus and special pricing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From casual cafes to elegant fine dining, the choices are endless as we celebrate Lake Geneva's amazing dining scene. Check out participating restaurants, menus, and all the tasty details at visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva, it's always been the place for distinctive dining.
Advent founder Dr. Madan Kandula on Advent's one-stop shop office-based procedures approach to solving breathing triangle problems.
A lot of folks are like, I don't want to go to surgery. Isn't there something else we can do? And at Advent, there is something else we can do. We have a whole host of office-based options where you don't have to go to surgery. We can do it under local anesthesia, get these things taken care of. How does that sound? And don't be surprised when you hear that a lot of people go for those options. When given the choice between surgery and office procedures, almost everybody that we talk to and give them the choice, they choose the office. That's not surprising. That's just understanding your patients and offering them the options that they would choose. So I think at Advent, when you put all that together, we are a one-stop shop for these issues.
Schedule your appointment at adventknows.com today because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
With top-of-the-line quality craftsmanship, J&J Contractors is Southeast Wisconsin's favorite kitchen, bath, and basement home remodeler. Check out their reviews for impeccable work and outstanding communication.
Traffic is sponsored by J&J Contractors, Southeast Wisconsin's most trusted home remodeler since 1983. Hey, Deb.
Hey there. 43 southbound's getting better. I'll just start off positive here. From Bender Road to about Hampton Avenue. That's where you're seeing delays. Eastbound 94 going to be slow out of the Zoo interchange into the Stadium interchange. Right now, eastbound from the Zoo into downtown, it's going to be about 11 minutes. Southbound on 41, not bad. From Highway Q to the Zoo, pretty much standard stuff. 14 minutes for that stretch. It starts to slow down once you get through the Zoo interchange, though, onto the southbound bypass with that new traffic pattern. And along eastbound 894, right out of the Hale interchange, going to be slow all the way past Loomis. So give yourself that extra time as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, cloudy, breezy, a low of 32 degrees, a little warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, the beginning of a not very nice weekend. A wintry mix tomorrow, a high of 49 degrees with a west wind. On Sunday, partly cloudy but chillier, a high of 48, and the wind switches from the north. On Monday, slight chance for a shower, high of 52. On Tuesday, slight chance for rain, a high of 51 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 58 degrees.
What a week, huh?
What a week, eh?
What a week.
Let's rap for a second.
The Bucks respond in a record-setting way, a massive defamation settlement, a rapid, unscheduled disassembly, and more. It's a Week in Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Eagles quick touch pass to Giannis. He glides in. He got fouled as he was trying to go strong to the rack, and
Oh, no. There's a man down.
He has a back contusion. There was x-ray that was clear here.
Adam Silver must really think about banning the charge. It is, without a doubt, the most dangerous play in the game today.
I think it's over.
Eagles zeroes in again from distance. Allen is cooking, and he shows it again. A heat check from the left side. Porter's going to launch from three and connects from the deep corner left. No Giannis, no problem tonight.
I want you to put the word out there. We back up.
23-24, got shots fired at the district.
24-year-old Darian Parker Bell is being charged with 8 separate felonies.
Jason Belmonte!
A record 15 major championships.
Usually the players are like yelling at the guy on the mic. Can we hurry this up?
We get it!
Yeah! Stop!
Theodore McCarrick is the first current or former Cardinal to face sexual abuse charges. The Wisconsin charges allege repeated acts of sexual abuse with the victim, including at a home in Lake Geneva.
Dominion Voting Systems agreeing to an out-of-court settlement with Fox News Corporation this afternoon.
There was an inexplicable 2.5-hour delay before the judge came on the bench to say the parties had resolved their case.
The settlement is for $787 million.
It is the largest defamation settlement amount that I've heard of by a factor of several fold.
Look at this cheeseburger.
Here's the headline. McDonald's says it's improving its burgers. Juicier, caramelized flavor from adding white onions to the patties while they're still on the grill.
The thing with the McDonald's is when you get the burger, like the edges are not going to be residually melting because of the burger patty at McDonald's.
Man, you're like way into this.
Nerd alert! The drive-thru window is open here on WTMJ Nights. A local man named Bruce is in Seattle right now. Would you be willing tomorrow, maybe for lunch, to go and try one of these new Big Macs?
I would love to.
All right, tell us about it.
The buns were a lot softer. Kind of remind me of an old girlfriend of mine.
Hey, yo! 15 members present. I've been waiting a long time to say that.
Common Council President Jose Perez celebrating a full council. It's the first time every seat of the council has been filled since 2021.
When Mike Brasso gets to wear the Chiefs hat for the first time.
I was at the pool!
Good reference right there, buddy.
Eric Bilstead baited you into delivering that line last week, Level.
When the ball landed in the pool, you were like, come on.
I have to say it now, those idiots.
I was at the pool!
The Center District is working to preserve artwork now that's going to be removed as that downtown convention center is expanded and renovated.
Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks.
50% or so of the words that are up there are on walls that we are remodeling and changing.
I am here at Health Fair Field. We are collecting pet supplies for the Wisconsin Humane Society. I have a very special friend here who just happened to stop by. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bratwurst. Hello, Bratwurst. Thank you for stopping by.
That
is wunderbar.
After years of opposition, there's a group of Republican lawmakers now working to build support for a medical cannabis bill.
They have not delivered results. Words are empty, actions are real.
Starship just experienced what we call a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
I'd rather stick my head in a 400-degree oven and get on an Elon Musk rocket.
We can arrange that.
MPD will be required to release video footage to the public within 15 days of an officer-involved death or other critical incidents.
Today we made history for our children and children of generation.
A release of the complete video within 15 days doesn't allow the investigation the time to work.
What a week, eh? What a week. A rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
The Weekend Review is brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited, a way you can make a difference for kids in our community. That is up next on WTMJ. Plus, we've got some business headlines for you before we step aside at the top of the hour here at 6 o'clock. John Mercure here for a very cool trip that I'm taking. I want you to come with me. Will you come with me and my beautiful wife? We're heading to New York City for the holidays. This is fantastic. It's New York City the first week in December, so we're there early enough that you still get back in time for all the Christmas and Hanukkah stuff. It's an amazing itinerary. A Rockettes holiday show at historic Radio City Music Hall. We'll see the world-famous Rockefeller Christmas tree, walk to dinner and a show on Broadway, a ferry cruise of New York Harbor and the Statue of Liberty, stunning Central Park, the powerful 9/11 Memorial and Museum. It's a first-class trip. I'd love for you to be with us. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I've got beautiful color brochures. Let me send you one. Shoot me an email at john.mercure@WTMJ.com, john.mercure@WTMJ.com. It's going to be festive. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. We've got a great hotel right in the heart of it all. Won't you come with us? Trip's already half sold out. I want to get you the information as soon as possible. Give me an email, john.mercure@WTMJ.com. That's john.mercure@WTMJ.com. A New York City holiday trip. Magical New York City, holiday cheer, Christmas shopping, lots of meals. I will be there. I'd love for you to be with us here from WTMJ. Let me shoot you an email with a brochure. Get me at john.mercure@WTMJ.com. Business headlines on this Friday. It's Margaret Notchek at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Lakefront Festival of Art, which is held at the Milwaukee Art Museum's outdoor grounds, will return for the first time since before the COVID-19 pandemic. The festival will run June 16th to the 18th. The Milwaukee Public Museum is currently tracking ahead on its attendance, about 25% higher than its 2023 projections. It is also ahead of its budget, up $760,000 compared to the projection of a loss of $365,000. Following a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing by Pennsylvania-based David's Bridal, about 150 jobs in Wisconsin could be impacted. A mass layoff notice outlined a potential schedule for cutting staff. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
All right, time for our favorite thing of the week. I'm going to elaborate on this in a moment, but my favorite thing of the week is that there is a very good possibility that through raising money for the MAC Fund, Greg Matzek, beautiful bald Greg Matzek, is going to have to grow his hair out.
Why does that sound wrong coming out of your mouth?
I don't know. He is a beautiful man, though.
I mean, are we going to talk about that?
We are in just a second, but just let me say that if we raise enough money for the MAC Fund, Greg Matzek will grow his hair out, and that is my favorite thing of the week. What's your favorite thing of the week?
My favorite thing was definitely the rapid unscheduled disassembly of the SpaceX rocket. The conscious uncoupling of the rocket. I give credit to Adam, our producer, for coming up with that.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. But so that explosion, that rocket went up. It's supposed to play a key role in NASA's Artemis program, and it plans to put humans on the moon in 2025. The rocket went up, and it did not keep going. So it consciously uncoupled. But for Starship to say it had a rapid unscheduled disassembly was just, I thought, the beautiful combination of words.
Oh, I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, what is your favorite thing of the week?
I'm going to say probably the fact that even after losing Giannis, we responded, by we I mean the Milwaukee Bucks, with a record-setting amount of threes in Game 2, 25, absolutely unreal to watch. And now we've got a game coming up this weekend. I thoroughly expect the next three to go our way.
Yeah, I think we're in good shape, too. I feel good about it. I mean, especially if Giannis comes back. We're going to be in a much, 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 much better place. All right, so I alluded to this just a moment ago. Greg Matzek is raising money for the MAC Fund. He's raising money for the MAC Fund. If he raises $7,500, he's going to grow his hair out. He has not had hair in over 20 years.
This is a project based on hope, right?
Yes, it is.
And we're going to get to see progress, day by day progress.
And here's an exciting bit of news, too. One of our listeners, Mike from Designers Workroom, has said that he will personally match bids up to $500 total this afternoon. So text the word golf to 855-616-1620. You support Greg Matzek, who is supporting the MAC Fund, Pediatric Cancer Research. And Mike is going to match your bid. So you give $50, you give $100, you give whatever's comfortable for you, and Mike's going to match it. You double your bid. How great